I really want to see how they show up, which is so funny. Think about it, Whitey. Again, story of the Katon. Oh, he plays on a winning basketball team. Story of the league. We talk about the Hornets more than the Raptors. Whitey, they're the 9 seed. The 9 seed. They have to win 2 games just to get in.
Because they turned it around so dramatically.
Yeah.
When people gave up on them.
But if you didn't know better, you would think the way people talked about the Hornets this season, they were at least a 6 seed. They were at least top.
Well, since January,
team.
They were probably better than that.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. And again, they missed the 7-8 seed by 1 game.
Yeah, but it's going to be tough for them because if I'm not mistaken, they play the team that has amassed the most play-in wins in the history of the tournament.
Yeah, they play the team who is the namesake for the Miami Heat Invitational, and they play a team that is home to the second highest point total in NBA history, Bam Adebayo.
Yeah.
So
single game individual.
That's right. So it's going to be a tough one for them. But I'm excited. I'm excited to watch some basketball where everybody is trying except the Warriors. That's what I'm excited to watch.
Yeah, they transformed themselves this year. They were that team, first part of the year, they were that team that everyone said, they're terrible. They'll never be any good. And then around 1st of January, start of the new year, they turned it around. Since January, the Hornets have played like one of the best teams in the league, period. So
good for them. And I saw this text as well. Brandon Miller, an unsung hero, definitely. And if anybody remembers, last season, Brandon Miller was off to a pretty hot start, and he just couldn't stay healthy. So he's probably the guy, Whitey, that we do not talk about enough when it comes to this turnaround that the Hornets had, and essentially, their tank job that they had, because he was another top pick for them. And he went second overall. And nobody in 2023, we don't talk about him because it's LaMelo and now Katon. And funny enough, if you watch them, he is a big piece of what they do.
Isn't he the guy that said the best player ever was Paul George?
There's a couple of them.
That's when
around.
I checked out on him.
He might be one of them. There's a couple of, I don't know.
No, there's a couple of guys that's about Paul George is the best player ever.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. People, because he started that whole, what is he? Like 6'7", that the 6'7", one of the first, I guess, I'll say modern, of the ball handling, the dominant ball handling wing type deal. So everybody wanted to be Paul George, and then everyone, Whitey, it's all in your mind. Everybody wanted to be Paul George, and then everyone started growing to 6'7". That's just how it went. Because that's what you had. That's what the league wanted.
You're not a Paul George fan, I guess.
I should have been. I should have been. Fortunately, I like Nate Robinson. That was my problem.
Yeah.
So that's where I ended up. That's right.
Yeah, since January 3rd, and this is why people talk more about the Hornets and other teams that finished with more wins. Since January 3rd, the Hornets own the best net rating in the NBA. They have the NBA's most efficient offense and its 4th stingiest defense, according to The Athletic.
See, and that's the thing. Everybody thinks about the younger teams. They just run and gun. They don't want to play defense, right? Well, these kids are playing defense too.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, I don't know why they're wasting their time doing it, but, it's nice to see them playing some defense.
Charlotte started the year 4-14. They started the new year with a loss, so they dropped to 11-23. And then look out. It's like a whole different team.
Look out, playing. We're here now, baby.
Yeah. And they still haven't won a playoff series in a long, long time. In fact, depending on how you slice it, well, they're the Hornets, but they were the Bobcats. You could argue that they have never won in franchise history, but I think they might have done one of those things where, okay, we get the history of Alonzo and all those guys and Muggsy and that Charlotte Hornets bunch.
We definitely should be pulling for the Hornets, Whitey, because I don't know if you've seen those clips. The Hornets and Pistons, now the Pistons, they're trying to emulate the bad boy Pistons of the past, but there's a good amount of smoke there with the Hornets and the Pistons. They've got into it. LaMelo likes to chirp, and you know what Beef Stew and the crew got. So if you can get a 1-8 with Pistons Hornets, obviously we'd all pick the Pistons to win it, but I think it would be pretty entertaining. And there's only one thing better than being the favorite, Whitey. It's being the dark horse sexy pick. And this season, it feels like it's the Hornets. Now, you get an unproven team like the Pistons, and that's where you combine that with the dark horse sexy pick. Everybody's going to be talking about the Hornets.
You got to get past the
They got 2 games
The
before
Heat.
that. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Not just the Heat. They got to get past the Heat and then the loser of Sixers Magic.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, again, the league needs, and help me out here, Jay, the league needs LaMelo. The league needs LaMelo in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I can guarantee you that. The Magic, you see all those reports, the conflicting reports, guys might be trying to get out of there. Well, what a disaster. They're looking for a new coach pretty soon. Sixers no Joel Embiid, so that's a waste of everybody's time. Get LaMelo in. And the Heat, nobody wants to see the Heat. I'm sorry.
But can they compete with the Heat? The Heat are one thing. What do we always talk about? The Heat, what? What do they have?
Culture.
Exactly. Charlotte, the Hornets as a team have never had one.
Nah, but
it's going way, way back.
They got Khan. Khan brought the culture.
Really?
Khan's culture.
Uh-huh.
Nah, man. Nobody wants to see the Heat. Come on.
No, I don't either. But I'm just saying, let's not assume that, they're on their way.
I'm not assuming. I'm just hoping.
Proper.
I'm just hoping. When you don't have your team in the playoffs, you're just looking for storylines. So I think the most entertaining storyline is to get LaMelo in there to take on Detroit. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Look at that picture in The Athletic. Con Knuppel driving on
Yeah.
DeMar DeRozan.
Just two future Hall of Famers right there.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, the Hornets have done a great job rebuilding the franchise since Michael Jordan sold the team.
Yeah. And Michael Jordan, sometimes, Whitey, all's well that ends well. Michael Jordan is now king of the NASCAR world, and the Hornets are free from Michael Jordan. Mm-hmm. So it worked out.
Mm-hmm. The Hornets started 4-14, but stabilized once Miller and Ball returned from injuries. There you go. That really sets the whole LaMelo narrative on its ear, that he came back and the team stabilized.
Right.
That's what your point guard's supposed to do. That's something that a lot of people, and I was among them, said, yeah, he can't do that. But here they are.
Yeah, and there were a lot of situations where you would watch, if you watch Brandon Miller play, some of the stuff he does is just kind of awkward. I don't want to say clunky, but awkward, because you wonder, why is this guy always hurt? And then you watch some highlights and you think, ooh, man, yeah, it is a little awkward, the stuff that, he does, and just trying to find a lot of these guys that get drafted so young, Whitey, still trying to learn who they are within their bodies and things like that. And it feels like he's figured it out a little bit. But here's the thing, Whitey, and I'm not trying to, I'm not raining on anybody's parade, but we all are having this conversation. If somebody tunes in, why are they talking about the Hornets? Well, the Kings are done. So we're talking about the Hornets because we're talking about the play-in and how it obviously connects to the Kings. Here's the thing, Whitey, this is what you have on the court right now for the Hornets. And they're all hits. And Brandon Miller, I don't even know, I think he's a hit, but he's got to stay healthy, right? When he plays, he is a hit as far as the draft is concerned. You have 2 number 2 overall picks in LaMelo and Brandon Miller. You have a 12th. So however long it took them to do that in a weaker Eastern Conference, I know it's stronger now.
It took them a long time.
It took them a long time. And on the court right now, stop. When you see all these situations, we're going to be the Thunder. We're going to be the Rockets, who the Rockets, I think, are a 6 seed at this point. We're going to be the Thunder. We're going to be the Spurs. You could be the Hornets. And I think a lot of Kings fans would appreciate being the Hornets. But that 3-5, you'd be so lucky.
You could also be the team that plays in the other side of the
9-2? No, they're 7 or 8. They're 7 or 8. So you got Scoot.
It's in Phoenix, right? So I think they're...
Yeah. You got Scoot, who Scoot was top 3 pick.
Scoot can't shoot.
Scoot, and he hasn't been on the floor. He has nothing to do with what they've been doing. Mm-hmm. And I guess conversely to your point, Whitey, who are the top picks from Portland that are playing, that are contributing to what they're doing? They've done it in an interesting way. But again, I don't know. If you were to pick between who has a brighter future between Portland and the Hornets, I'd probably say the Hornets, just based on who is doing the contributing for them.
Yeah, it looks like it, the way they're surging. I mean, they do have a lot of talent.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I would say this, though.
A ton of talent.
Based on...
Just all piled up, and all of a sudden, man, here we go.
I think it's a good shout bringing up Portland, because you could make the argument with some of those contracts that they've had, and they're not all great. They took a swing on Denny, and it's worked out for them, at least for this season. Whitey, you could argue Portland kind of did the hybrid rebuild, didn't they?
I think that's pretty close to a real rebuild. Klingon, Shaden Sharp. I mean, they got a lot of young players that they drafted.
Well, I'm just saying, when did Shaden Sharp? When did he get drafted? He was 7th. Okay. All right. It's close. Whitey is close.
I know it's Jeremy Grant hanging around there, and you got Dame on the bench.
Well, I'm just saying, Jeremy Grant,
Mm-hmm.
you have Denny, who you traded for, and then Drew Holiday, who everybody thought it was a bad contract. That's the hybridness. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? You see what
Sure,
I'm saying?
I do. Great point, Alan.
See, now you're doing no, you can't do that to me. I'm doing the agreeing.
You're
thing.
right, I can't.
What else do you have, Whitey?
I just want to let people know, if you're interested in watching the games on Amazon Prime, and well, I don't have Amazon Prime. According to what I saw today, there is a free preview available, like a 30-day free trial. And one of the reasons they do this stunned me. Remember when the Chiefs played the Dolphins a few years ago in that playoff game that was on Peacock?
When Tua asked to get his jersey signed by Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, and the one where it was so cold, Patrick Mahomes' helmet just like split.
Yeah.
Yeah, they offered a free preview. Like, oh yeah, you can sign up for Peacock so you can watch this game. And somehow a huge percentage of people that signed up just to watch the game, they kept it.
I mean, that's
And I think
why
a
they
lot
do
of his
it.
people just forget. Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but the percentage was incredible. You'd think, oh, maybe 25%. It was around, as I recall, like 70% of the people that signed up to watch the game.
Right.
Just like, oh, I'll keep it.
Well, that's what I tried to tell. It was Jay Ross, myself, and Jay, and I was telling them I'm not, no free promotion, but I got one of those apps, and it said, hey, you getting hit $40 here,
Yeah,
$30
right.
here. But if you're not keeping an eye on it, you just see the charge, Apple Cash, whatever it is. Oh, it must be something I need. It depends.
Yeah.
So a lot of you, to your point, Whitey, a lot of y'all might have Peacock. You just don't know it. Just like Whitey don't know he got Premium or Plus. Or
No, I knew I had it, but they wouldn't give it to me. They wouldn't activate it.
Peacock
We're good.
Elite, whatever
We're
he
good.
has. Peacock
They invented
Elite.
a few tiers for me. Peacock Elite was not a thing, but they said, we'll give it to you.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair
So
enough.
sign up for your Amazon Prime if you want to watch the games.
If you want to see LaMelo do his thing.
Yeah.
And the other game tonight, I know that, it's not just about LaMelo. The other game tonight, Whitey, you have the Blazers and the Suns.
The Suns, yeah, pardon me.
Yeah.
The Clippers play tomorrow night against
You
the
have
Warriors.
City Sissoko's Blazers taking on the Suns.
Now, you and your hybrid rebuild, the Suns are your hybrid rebuild team.
I think you're right.
They almost changed their name to the Phoenix Hybrid Rebuild Suns.
This is just a battle of the hybrid rebuild. I got to watch both these games, Whitey. Both these games got me going. That one starts at 7, got a boogie home. Oh, yeah, Whitey. See, now everybody, if they looked at the Suns, if the Kings fans looked at the Suns, a lot of them would probably say, I don't want to do that. They don't have this, they don't have that, but they're in the playoffs.
Yeah, the Suns are the team that looked around and said, nobody wants to be in the middle. Nobody wants to be that play-in team. That's what we want to be.
Right.
And we are. And they almost made the playoffs proper, if you will.
Yeah, and they still could as a 7 seed, and obviously nobody would pick them to kind of do anything after that. But, I would say there's really nothing to sneeze at, especially right now, Whitey, if you get in as the 7 seed to say, hey, in this Western Conference, after losing Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant, for us to get a 7 seed, I think that is a heck of a job. And they redid their the coaching staff, and they got a new GM, and they didn't really miss a beat.
Right. And look what Portland had to overcome. I mean, a lot of these teams tonight, look at what they had to overcome.
Right.
Coach getting arrested early in the year.
Man. And then, which they just nobody talks about anymore. The Western Conference, there's a lot going on in the Western Conference. Man. I mean, I guess, Tiago Splitter, whether they get in or not.
I noticed he and Doug, really big embrace after the game on Sunday.
You assume that they're going to move forward with him, right? After what you just kind of laid out.
I would think so.
Yeah.
You'd have to think so.
And they weren't even really – felt like the Blazers were really never – I mean, obviously they didn't have Dame, but they didn't have Scoot for a good bit of time.
When they have all their guys and I watch them play, I feel like that's a better than a 42-win team.
Yeah. Shaden missed over 20 games. Shaden Sharp did. So, yeah. I mean, the Blazers –
Monty Kamara's like scary.
Yeah.
I don't want to play against that guy.
Right. The Blazers, Whitey, it's so interesting because – and this is the thing about when you're in the middle of any type of rebuild, you're going to have some hits and some misses, and I'm not saying that we necessarily know what this guy is, but if you go through that 2025 NBA draft and where everybody has laid out, I think it's a couple things. Klingon is probably better than a lot of people thought. I know he's better than what I thought he would be, but also, yeah, the Blazers have been doing a good job, but that Yang Hansen pick,
I know,
seems like a whammy.
That's one you'd like back. Yeah.
And now, before you say that, who went after him? I mean, obviously, Neek did. It wasn't a great draft, to be honest with you. Behringer on Minnesota, I don't know what he does.
Joan Behringer.
Yeah. Walter Clayton already's been traded. I think Nolan Traore, Brooklyn's high on him, but they have no choice but to at least pretend like they have.
Brooklyn did
Kasparis.
not have a great draft, in my opinion.
No, they didn't. Will Riley, I told you, on the Wizards.
I know. I was looking him up today, and you say
nice.
how great he is. Like,
no, come on.
tell me what's so
He's
good
like
about him.
unicorny. He's like the unicorn-esque deal. You know what I'm saying? He can move.
Okay.
For his size.
I mean, I'm not saying he's terrible or anything, but you made it sound like, oh, watch out for this guy.
No, you got to watch out for this guy. I'm telling you that.
Isn't that what you say about Patrick Baldwin Jr., that he's a unicorn?
You don't have to watch out for him anymore.
Okay.
I mean, we didn't get an opportunity.
Yeah.
They didn't give him a chance.
I know. But by the way, we got more clarification today, or some clarification, on the Kings TV broadcast picture for next year. Mark Jones was on the station this morning, and he told Dave and J. Ross and Christopher Laud that he wants to be the Kings announcer for a long, long time. That's not an official announcement, but it is a declaration of his intent. And then Kyle Draper today on social media announcing that he is no longer part of the picture with the Kings, and Drapes should be in tomorrow.
Yeah.
To just kind of come in and thank everybody for 6 years in Sacramento.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, being there as the Kings had the Beam Team season, and you could argue I know it doesn't feel like it because they only got into the playoffs once, but, those two, that Beam Team season, the year after Beam Team season, I'd even say some of the most entertaining seasons that Kings fans have had in a very long time. And Draper's voice, along with obviously Katie and Mark Jones, was a part of that and will always be a part of that.
Yeah. One thing I think he did really well, and I credit Dave. Dave pointed this out today. Kyle Draper was in the community a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he definitely was. And he kind of spoke to it when he was saying goodbye at the station as well. That was just something that he wanted to kind of dive into. And when he sees people and they talk about, hey, Draper, that funny story that you had about, getting your hair cut or whatever, and, talking about his family. So, yeah, I think he definitely immersed himself. And as we know, Whitey, in this business, that's not something that everyone does. It can just be a job to some people.
Yeah. So he should be in tomorrow, and beyond that, as far as, what's the broadcast team going to look like next year? We'll just have to wait and see. It sounds like Mark Jones is on track to take over full time, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, and that's yeah,
and it was Drapes when he signed off in Portland. He did say, "Thank you, Sacramento." So
you had okay. Keep an eye on that. The way he's, his tones. You've worked with him, so a lot of people maybe didn't catch that, but nothing
a lot of
gets
people
by
didn't
you.
see the end of the game.
Well, I told you I got there, but that's like the bitter end. But you got there.
Yeah. Now, what happened last night to your athletics?
My athletics.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, number one, that whole idea of them mashing the ball when they get back to Sacramento, they're just not really hitting right now.
Alan, I couldn't find the game.
What are you talking about?
Because Sharks were on. So, and then it said 8 o'clock, NBC Sports California would have the game.
Okay.
So I go to MLB Network, and they had the big inning. So they had like 4 screens or whatever. It's like, oh, there's the A's game. It was 3-0 already.
Yeah.
In the first inning.
Yeah.
I just turned it on.
Again, this is what we were, I guess, more fearful of when it comes to the A's pitching, but they're supposed to mash the ball around, and they're just not doing it. They're just not doing it at all right now. And they had another injury. I think Max Muncy suffered an injury, so Hernandez had to come in, and they just can't really find their footing. I know Denzel Clark started fairly hot early on in the season, but we know that he can struggle at the plate a little bit, but you like his defense. I don't know. I mean, between him, again, you know what, and Kurtz has had a slow start, so you're not really counting on Denzel Clark for offense because you figure, hey, we got enough offense other places. But then when you don't have it, and then Max Muncy goes out, who's been your hottest hitter, tough sledding.
I know when Bob Melvin was the skipper, when the A's, again, they kind of took baseball by surprise around 2012, 2013, 2014, they still had attendance issues. But every so often they'd have a big crowd because they were a good team, and on a Saturday or something against a good team, the Coliseum would fill up. And I know Bob Melvin had said that he was very disappointing when they did have a big crowd and they didn't play well.
Right.
So if there's a saving grace, it's that there wasn't a huge crowd out there last night, and you get 3 more whacks at the Texas Rangers.
No, and by the way, if you want to stop by today, Whitey, I'm on StubHub. It'll hit you $18 if you want to go to the game tonight.
Sheena wants to go. I was texting my daughter. She wants to go. We're not going tonight, but we're headed out there.
Yeah, and
we're a baseball family, Alan.
You can get Thursday, April 16th, Rangers A's. That'll hit you $13. Yeah, they go up on the weekend for whatever it's worth.
Sure.
So I don't know. I mean, what's interesting about what you said is their home opener could not have gone better to get people excited.
Right.
It was the Astros. They whooped them, and they whooped them good, and it was a sellout crowd, but it didn't roll over.
Right.
I don't know. They've been gone for a while. Maybe it'll pick up again.
Yeah, people just aren't conditioned to go out there yet. That's part of their job this year, although obviously they're more concerned with what lies ahead for them down the road in another city.
Yeah, did you see?
So I don't think it's fair if anybody, I think at this point no one's paying as much attention, but they didn't have a huge crowd. Well, how can Sacramento support a team? No, it's apples and oranges.
Yeah.
One has very little, if anything, to do with the other.
I don't know if this is good or bad, but I sent you a picture of attendance gate, but I did not
Jay,
post
this guy is always, you hear him like, attendance gate.
Talk.
Yeah, and then he's sending me pictures.
I didn't post it, though.
You're entrenched in this.
No. I didn't post it. What I was going to say, guys, is I think it was good that nobody said anything about it.
Oh, okay.
Right? It's not
a
thing. It is what it is. Go if you want to go. Don't go. It's not, look at, Sacramento's not there and convert. It'll be different when they pack out because I think we read the schedule, Giants and Yankees in May.
Yeah.
So those will get posted.
I know last year, Alan, I would, and I think it was their first Monday back from their first road trip, and I posted some pictures of low attendance, and I'd hear from fans like, why are you bad-mouthing Sacramento? And I'm not. I'm bad-mouthing the A's for what they did. I'm not bad-mouthing Sacramento.
It's very convoluted.
Yeah.
But it feels like, and that could be a good thing, Whitey, but also on the flip side, is it better that people are arguing about it, meaning that they care, versus if nobody's talking about it anymore, is that worse because it means nobody cares? I don't know. You could look at it both ways.
Yeah. Well, first thing, they got to play better. Then we'll see if more people show up.
They're 500.
I know.
Giant fans wish they were 500.
Yeah.
For now. Until they take the NL West by storm.
Well, I don't know. Did you hear your friend Carmichael Dave today?
No, I missed it.
Carmichael Dave, first of all, he played the sounder, which, when you play the sounder and then that's for a joke reason, that's always hilarious.
Oh, the breaking news sounder?
Yeah. Because, sometimes you're in your car, so breaking news, what's going on?
Yeah.
And he said, the Giants have been eliminated from the National League West contention. Breaking news.
I don't really know how much Dave follows the Giants. I'm probably not supposed to say that on the air. I'm sure he's a good. No. Here's the thing, guys. I'm not being a hater. You know how you're fans of multiple teams, right?
Yeah.
Then you prioritize.
He's got a Will Clark jersey. He's a big Will Clark fan.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Then you prioritize your fandom, right? Hey, I like the Kings, A's, and Raiders. If you said, okay, but who do you follow the closest? Oh, well, I'm probably Kings first, right? Dave's fandom, I'm pretty sure Giants are at the bottom. It's clearly Kings first, and then I would say Niners next, and then Giants.
Don't forget, Dave loves L.A.
And he loves L.A.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that team in the pond or wherever it is.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Huddersfield.
Huddersfield. Yeah.
Huddle.
That might be above the Giants.
Huddleston Field.
That might be above the Giants. But I think he'd tell me that. Like, everybody can be honest and break down their fandom. You know, like for me, it can get confusing because obviously covering the Kings now, but I'd say Giants probably won for me.
Well, look, there is no excuse for your team this week, next few days, playing in that bandbox in Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah. They call it Great American Small Park.
You gotta put up some runs in that.
And they will.
It's a cracker box.
Oh, yeah. And they will. Don't you worry. Over under, I got 7.5. Smash the over.
If the Kings had that much talent last year, then what happened? We'll look at that when we come back. It's a drive, guys, just getting underway. So don't go away, Sactown Sports.
Visit SactownSports.com and join the Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter.
With Popeye's new $6 faves menu, you can get this 3-piece chicken, this 3-piece tenders, this chicken sandwich, or these 2 regular sides for just $6 a piece. I know you can't see what I see, but trust me, those bold Louisiana flavors look so good, you might just have to get them all. Now there's an idea.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Price may vary. Terms apply.
Spring is here, and the savings are blooming at Maida Subaru. Right now, Maida Subaru says yes to savings like discounts up to $6,000 off MSRP. Yes to customer cash up to $2,000. Yes to lease payments as low as $249 per month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing on new Forester Premium. And yes to financing as low as 0% APR with little or no down payment. Visit MaidaSubaru.com. Click the Maida Says Yes button and unlock your spring savings today. Call 279-201-3593 for more information.
The Travel Guys, new on KHTK 1140 every Saturday at 11 a.m.
We'll make you a smarter traveler. Tips you can use on the road and at the airport, plus reports from top consumer advocates.
The Travel Guys, 11 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento. Now you've got a place for all things dance.
The all-new Energy 100.5 HD2.
Where dance music lives. Dance vibes anytime and any place when you get the free Now 100.5 app.
Or listen at 100.5 HD2.
Now through May 3rd at Big O Tires. Get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Cooper, Hankook, or Pirelli brand tires with installation purchase. Book your appointment online today. Disposal fees extra, not good with other offers. See your locally owned Big O dealer for pricing.
Russell Peters Relax World Tour.
I go, my parents are from India. She goes, oh, India. See, I knew India. Indian people, you have a big eyes and long eyelash like a cow. Wow, 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 wow.
Saturday, April 18th, 8 p.m., the venue at Thunder Valley.
Wow, 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 wow. I didn't know what to do. I just tipped her and thank you, bye-bye, and I left.
For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Russell Peters Relax World Tour.
Business moves fast, and so do we. At Bank of Marin, we team up with businesses in the greater Sacramento area to help you drive the lane and score big. With dedicated relationship bankers and local decision-making, we help you move quickly, whether you're upgrading equipment, buying your next building, streamlining cash flow, or fueling growth. From expansion to investment, we're ready to help you win. Bank of Marin, your local business bank. Visit us at bankofmarin.com. Member FDIC.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a staff accountant at the height of tax season.
Congrats, looks like the company owes, $50 in taxes. How about that?
That seems low. Why only 50?
Why do you care so much? It's not your money.
This is the time for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Download the app and listen to The Drive Guys.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
Yesterday, among other things, we talked about Russell Westbrook, his potential future here. And I believe Frankie and or Chris and or Brendan cut that and posted it. Maybe it was Anthony. And so there's some interesting comments to that segment. And I'm not sure what all was in the segment. I don't remember. I know we literally did it on the air. But Love Brody says, well, Westbrook needs to leave. The media coverage is insufferable. He performed, he mentored, he was paid $3 million, easily surpassed his role in salary, just to be talked down on constantly. Russ Muse makes 0 sense why there isn't at least a handful of teams interested in him. He brings in so many positives to a team. And then D says to you and I, your Giants coverage is good. This is bleep. Be better. So
yeah. And to kind of give more clarity, it's just a clip. And in the clip, it's me saying, why isn't any other team wanting to have Russ in the capacity of mentorship? And if you watch the clip, I mean, all I said was there are going to be about 4 or 5 point guards that are going to be drafted. You know what I mean? So if it's that valuable, Russ should be a hot commodity, right? He should be a hot commodity. Who wouldn't want a Hall of Fame PG to help warm up your point guard? Why is it only the Kings if they bring him back? But why does it seem like the Kings really are dug into doing this versus others? Somebody else said, Whitey, if the Kings do draft a point guard, do you want this point guard to last longer than 3 seasons in the NBA? If so, then Russ is needed to mentor. So none of these point guards are lasting more than 3 seasons because they don't have a mentor? I just don't understand when this turned into the quarterback thing. It's just funny to me, is all, because we don't do this with the other with other positions. I don't get it.
Russ rehabbed his image in a way this year, and it wasn't terrible. I don't mean it in the sense that no one liked him, but he was not known as a mentor so much. He was always as a veteran, like, oh yeah, well, he's a veteran, he could be a mentor. But this year, he really embraced that, and now he's known as a mentor.
Right.
And I think this is the first time in his career.
Yeah.
So I think that makes him uniquely suited for what the Kings may want him to do. Certainly what they wanted him to do this year and potentially next year too. I think that's part of the answer to the question, why don't other teams want him in that regard? This is a unique situation here, and it just looks like he came in as like, yeah, I'll do that.
I'm still not really – is it –
Where else would he be a mentor like he is here? And maybe there are other teams, but where else?
But it's just like a chicken or the egg thing, right? He was brought in because they thought they were maybe going to compete. Now, this upcoming, if they bring him back, we do not know that.
Right.
But now, okay, well, he's familiar with us now. He can stay to be a mentor, and he doesn't have that familiarity with other teams. Well, first of all, and it didn't end well everywhere, but Russ been on about 6 different teams. So he's got familiarity other places.
Lakers and the Clippers and the Wizards and, of course, the Thunder
Nuggets
and the Rockets.
So he's got a ton of familiarity throughout the league. So I hear what you're saying. Somebody else said, is Russ really a mentor if he's starting and playing majority of the minutes? Could he be a mentor if he's not a primary contributor? That latter part is what I don't know.
Yeah, that's a great question. That's the key. I'm
do
sure
not
if
know.
the Kings had interest in bringing him back, it would be, well, how about this? Would you be okay if it comes to this? Because that's really what we want it to come to if we draft a point guard. They may not draft a point guard.
Because
he probably will.
Yeah, they came at some point.
Yeah, right.
Even if they don't take one.
Yeah.
They got the dude from Stanford that's coming out.
Back. What the heck? I'd try it again.
Hey, you're going to have to trade for him. He's got on that contract.
I know.
He's on that contract. But, yeah, they got the dude from Stanford, that point guard. He's supposed to go in the 2nd round. So they don't have to take somebody or take a point guard. If they get AJ first, they could always take a point guard. They could take Bennett Sturts later in the draft. They could do a couple of different things. So it's not me hating on Russ. And I know anytime, it can feel like that, especially on social media. I'm more so curious as this kind of new, and you said they tried to do it with De'Aaron and it didn't really work.
No, George Hill didn't. It just didn't. Yeah.
It just is not something that happens a lot.
One of the things that I've been thinking about here as we move away from and reflect on media day yesterday, or exit interview day, pardon me. A lot of players said the same things, like we had so much talent, right? A ton of players said that. Would you agree? Yeah. A lot of players. We had a lot of talent. So then what happened? And injuries are part of it, but I don't think that's the whole story. I know it's easy to imply we're very talented. bunch of guys got hurt and we had no chance. And I think there was more to it than that. I think bottom line is two things. One is, and we've talked about this, the pieces, even the most talented pieces, didn't fit together well at all.
Right.
Nobody made anybody else better. And it's not that players were selfish. Their games didn't complement one another's. Then the other thing was that defensively, they were just a dreadful team. Just dreadful.
Yeah, and you add in DeAndre Hunter. Obviously, that was later in the season. Depends on who you ask. Some people say he's not even that good of a defender. So I don't know what to expect. We didn't see him very much. We know Precious, that was his calling card. Precious came in with Russ close to the season. He wasn't necessarily part of the beginning.
Right.
Hey, this is how we're building the team. So they were never really set up to be good at defense. I look at them, Whitey, as we were just joking with Kayla because she had her Slay in LA weekend and she had a great time because I was joking with her about, hey, when we go to Vegas for Summer League, we're going to have a lot of fun, whatever it is. I look at them like a nice Vegas buffet, right? They had good stuff, but, you know, you come back and you eat separate plates at separate times. You don't eat it all at one time. You got some General Tso's chicken over there. You got some nice pizza, and then you got some fried rice. It's good food. Then you got a ribeye. It's good food, but it doesn't really belong on the same plate. Then you got the desserts over there. So that's kind of what the Kings have been. I guess they made less sense this season than last season. Good pieces, you know, but just not a cohesive dish, if you will.
Right. It's like, yeah, that's a really nice puzzle piece. This is a really nice puzzle piece. So is this. But these are from 3 different puzzles.
Right. Right. Like when, you know, your kiddos get in the mix and they mix stuff up and, hey, well, now we can't finish the puzzle because we don't have all the pieces.
Yeah.
Or you mix everything up. So
your kids are way too young for that. So you must be talking about you and your sister.
No, she's doing puzzles.
Oh, is she? Okay.
They're very.
I apologize.
They're very basic puzzles.
Yeah.
Right. And, you know, my mom is kind of to the point where, hey, now where do you put this one? And my wife's, hey, she's only 2. How does this one look? Which way does it go? So she's doing puzzles with the aid of my mother. And, you know, it's just not a lot of stuff made sense. So Zack Lavine is not wrong. I don't know if the addition of Russell Westbrook, Precious Achiuwa, and DeAndre Hunter helps the situation. They have more wings and more length, so that helps. But outside of that, okay, cool. Now what happens to the young guys? So I don't know if it makes any more sense than it did at the beginning of the season.
There's a really interesting piece at The Athletic. I don't remember who wrote it. It's about analytics and how analytics has solved some problems in basketball and then kind of created others. But they talk about Don Nelson being in some ways the father of analytics, although he didn't call it that and probably would say, no, I wasn't. But because he played with Bill Russell, Don Nelson seemed to identify there's 2 types of superstars. There's superstars that put up numbers that everyone goes, man, those are great.
Right.
There's other superstars that just make players around them better. And he played with Bill Russell. He's like, that's the guy.
Right.
He makes everybody better. And so Don Nelson, when he became a coach and GM, he tried to put together teams of guys like that that fit well together.
Right.
And I mention that because, well, first of all, it's a lot easier said than done, but the Kings roster the last couple of years has been deficient in that area.
Yeah, and it feels like when the Kings the last time they did make sense, that's when it was De'Aaron clamoring for a wing. If they had got, not to go down that path, but that's where we're at, if they had went out and got somebody like DeAndre Hunter at that time, maybe we would be having another conversation. Now, to be fair, I don't think that they're a perennial playoff team with DeAndre Hunter, but maybe instead of losing to the Pelicans that season, maybe they're at least, that 8 seed or whatever the case is, and they're building towards something, then you flip somebody else, and you kind of keep it rolling, and they didn't do it. Now, Whitey, that's the craziest part. This season, with De'Aaron, we were talking about addition, right? Now, it's almost been addition by subtraction. When you take away players, they play better because certain parts make more sense. So I don't even know if you were to ask me, what do the Kings need? literally, it's just to move around the pieces that they have. I don't know if it's about acquiring anything else at this point in time.
Yeah, what do they need basketball-wise? We'll see if we can't answer that. Also, see how Alan answers the very fascinating question that Matt George posed today. We'll do that and more. Oh, you're not up for that?
Oh, I am.
Next, Sactown Sports.
Download the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento sports in your pocket. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
A's fans, the 2026 season is here, and single game tickets are on sale now. Be there for an exciting season, packed with theme days, giveaways, and fireworks nights, including bobbleheads, jerseys, hats, and much more. And getting in is easier than ever. Tickets start at just $8 for select April and May games. From opening day to unforgettable summer nights, there's something for everyone at the ballpark. Get your tickets today at athletics.com/tickets and be part of the excitement this 2026 season.
Tune in every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the Toyota Tahoe Report with Johnny Mosley and me, Elena, bringing you the latest weather conditions up at Tahoe. Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Spring is here, and warmer days are right around the corner. Before the heat hits, call Brower Mechanical. Right now, when you purchase a new high-efficiency AC system, you can choose a water heater or a whole house fan for just $1, or get your AC professionally tuned up for just $89. Don't wait until your system breaks down during the heat. Brower Mechanical, where quality meets comfort. 916-352-3113. Residential and commercial HVAC sales and service. License number 108-1055.
Catch the future of San Francisco Giants baseball right here in Sacramento with the Sacramento Rivercats at Sutter Health Park. See tomorrow's stars take the field today and be part of the big league journey. Get your Rivercats baseball tickets now at rivercats.com.
It's no secret the world feels unpredictable lately. One thing will never change: Hoblet's mission to nuke high prices. Right now, and only at Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland, you can get 4.99% financing for up to 84 months on all new vehicles in stock, and keep every factory rebate you qualify for when you finance with Hoblet's preferred lender. That's 4.99% financing, and you keep all the factory rebates you qualify for. Not one or the other like other dealers are offering. Only Hoblet has fought to get you a deal this good. Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at hobletdodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection, and now unbeatable interest rates. Nobody beats Hoblet. Period. 4.99% APR available on select new vehicles in stock while supplies last. Pricing and savings may vary by model and trim. Financing on approved credit through Hoblet Preferred Lending for well-qualified buyers. $60,000 max finance, approximately $14.14 per thousand finance. Residency restrictions and lender membership requirements may apply. See dealer for details.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Can you lay down the beat for this, Sticks? Pretty steady.
Yeah, this is an easy one. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Uh-huh.
Say it ain't so. Uh-huh.
All the small Kings.
They're bigger now.
They are a little bit bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Little bit. Interesting comments here in the YouTube chat, of course. Gavin Crutcher says, Kings are talented at one aspect of the game. We don't have a lot of well-rounded players.
Yeah, a lot of, I call them designated hitters. they can do.
That's
one
one
thing.
reason why I think Keegan's so important to things going forward. He's potentially maybe the most well-rounded of them all on this roster.
I think that's why people have gravitated towards Precious, to be honest. I think a lot of us thought he was just going to be a kind of a stopper defensively, but he can do some things offensively, and he's closer to being a two-way guy than Zack Lavine is on the defensive side. Zack Lavine, one way. Malik Monk, one way. DeMar DeRozan, one way. I don't know what to do with Domantas Sabonis because he rebounds, but that's not defense. Would you call him one way?
He's definitely stronger, much stronger one way than the other.
Yeah, those are all your contracts right there are all one-way players.
Yeah.
And now you have Keegan, but prior to that.
Arthur Smith, great show, guys. I've been listening since I was in the car all day. Roll those windows down or make sure the AC's going, right? You don't want to get in there and just
Man, and I told Jay, I don't know,
overheat.
right, wherever you guys are at, but Natomas was that Natomas area was a complete disaster this morning. With the freeway was shut down and all this, so everybody stay safe out there, and hey, as long as you're in the car, keep us cranking.
How are you going to answer Matt George's question? If the Kings were picking second in the draft and you could choose what team picked first, who would you pick?
Yeah, it's funny that you bring this up because I was listening to the morning show and
on this station?
Yeah, I was dropping off the kiddo.
Yeah.
All right, let me turn.
I listen every day.
Let me turn it on. Let's see what's going on.
Why?
And Dave wasn't there.
I was asking Whitey why.
I do my prep. I'm
That's
like,
right.
let's see what's going on.
Can you do your prep off without listening to that show?
Oh, I could, but
Whitey's a connoisseur. That's what he is. He likes to take it all in.
I hear things, Jay, and I text Verlad, and he texts me back.
I was going to say, if there's anybody I'm listening to on that show, it's probably Chris.
Yeah. And it was funny because they were talking about the draft, and something came up where they were discussing how if the Pacers lose their pick, right, it would go to the Clippers. And Verlad started laughing and said, that's even better. And in my mind, I'm thinking, I don't know if it's the Halliburton thing, kind of sour grapes, whatever, because I don't want the Clippers to get a top
No, I'd
pick.
rather have the Pacers have a top pick than the Clippers.
And I give you that runway to say, if it's just any Eastern Conference team, make it the Wizards, the Pacers, I don't care. Just nobody in the West. And I don't even know going to Tankathon who's even around there. But yeah, Brooklyn, Indiana, Washington, I don't care. Any of them. Probably Brooklyn because they have so little.
Yeah. It comes down to who you want to get and who you think will leave them there for the Kings.
Oh, that's a good point.
I am going way out on a limb here. I could be totally wrong. Everyone is assuming the Kings want DeBonta.
I know what you're going to say.
And I know they love him.
Yeah.
But I'm not so sure that he's their priority if there's a guard there they really, really like, especially if it's a point guard.
Oh. Because I thought you were going to say Indiana.
Oh. Well, no, I'm just saying I'm not. The Kings probably would take DeBonta. That's what everyone wants to do, and I see why they would do that. I'm not saying they shouldn't do that. I'm just saying, Scott Perry, quite often, when you look at the way he puts things together, he really values the point guard.
He does love a point guard.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, which I understand. So would they definitely take DeBonta? I'll be interested to see.
Yeah, from my perspective, a lot of people don't think Indiana would take DeBonta just because I don't think him and Pascal Siakam are incredibly redundant, but Boozer makes more sense for what they got going on there. Everybody could be wrong. They could just say we're going to take
again.
The best
That's
talent.
what. Yeah, you're right. That's what everyone has been saying, and that's what I'm saying. Really, it's dangerous to just assume this team's going to do that. Why? Well, that's what everyone says they're going to do.
Right, but if you're picking between Indiana, Washington, and Brooklyn, I'm saying I want Indiana to get the first pick because I know Washington and Brooklyn are probably taking advantage because they don't have their guy. So I'd have to say I want Indiana 1 and just pray they take Boozer.
Yeah, the consensus, if there is one, has been Indiana may go with Cam because he's such a good fit for him.
Right. So that's my pick by default. I could easily see Washington taking DeBonta or Brooklyn taking DeBonta. You know what else, Whitey? It's a very important day for the Sacramento Kings, right? It's a very important day for a lot of teams. It's really not that important of a day for the Pacers, to be honest with you. They got a crew, and they're just trying to skip the line even more. It's a very important day, and even Washington.
They just really don't want to lose that pick. That would be disastrous for them.
Even Washington, they have something. It's very important for Brooklyn. It's very important for Sacramento. Even Utah and everything that they're building. It's interesting because now that they have Markkanen and Jaren Jackson and they're building something, I wonder, we know the lore with Debanza, right? That lottery day, I think for Utah and how connected they are to Debanza, if Utah gets screwed over, I wonder how desperate they're willing to be to get Debanza. Like if they end up, and I don't know, they got a bunch of picks or they gave up a bunch of picks, I guess, to get Jaren Jackson. If they end up with the 6th pick, do they just say bleep it, or do they get a little, a little New Orleans Pelicans-y and say, no, we've been kind of fostering this relationship with Debanza forever. We're willing to give up whatever we need to give up to move up and get Debanza. I think it's just as important for them and their connection to Debanza. That makes that night as important as it is for Utah, for Sacramento, and for Brooklyn. I think
Washington too, I would say.
I think Washington, but they have Sarr, they have Trae Young, Anthony Davis. I don't know what they're gonna do, but they have something. Mm-hmm. Brooklyn got nothing. Sacramento got nothing, and Utah. I just know how much they like Debanza. So I wonder how desperate they get if, let's say, they end up at 4 and they're thinking, oh man, we're so close. Hey, we'll give you 4 and the 23rd, whatever. We just need Debanza because then we're clean. We're moving. We have our core to move forward with.
The other X factor in all this, at least it appears to be one now, and I saw this somewhere on Twitter. I forgot where I saw it. Somebody says, many of the draft boards now have Caleb Wilson number 2 behind Debanza. Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
Yeah. It's a wing-driven league. Everybody wants those. What did our guy Barlow say? Ball-dominant wings. That's what he said. Everybody wants one. You see what Cooper's doing. You look around the league. I need one of those. Mm-hmm. It's like those young stud shortstops.
The wings is the things in the NBA.
That's
definitely.
Dude, come on. Ain't nobody taking no A-cup at 2.
Which is why the Kings probably will and should take
Who are you
a
even
front
thinking?
Court player.
Who are you even thinking?
Well, see, don't misconstrue it. I'm not suggesting, they should look at this. I'm just trying to read what they're doing. We know that Scott Perry understands the value of a point guard.
Okay.
We've heard that they love Acuff. There's some good guards here. So I just don't want to assume anything. Just, we fall into that trap every draft and every sport. Everybody says this team's doing that. And then when they don't, it's like, what happened? Well, you just can't assume anything.
Do you think there would be, let's just say, a social media riot or an internal riot with Kings fans if they took Acuff at 2?
Yes.
You think there's a possibility they take Acuff at 2?
A possibility, sure.
Anything's possible.
Yeah.
You cannot do that.
A strong one, no.
Not in 2026.
Right.
You can do that in 2001. You could do that in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot do, and you could be wrong, right? Hey, he's the next Jalen Brunson, and you guys missed. I'm okay with that.
He's been compared to AI, right?
He can be compared to everybody. Pistol Pete, AI, Stephon Marbury.
Did you say Pistol Pete?
Yeah.
Pistol Pete was big.
Well, but he passed Pistol Pete.
Yeah, okay.
Gotcha. I'm just saying, you can't do it. You do the right thing. You do the typical thing, and if you're wrong, you're wrong. If Caleb Wilson ends up not being, you got the 2 pick, and Darius Acuff, man, they could have taken Darius Acuff. I know people like to bag on the Kings, but that's a situation where, look, man, you can't take Acuff at 2.
No, I understand what you're saying. I'm just not making any assumptions at this point.
What if it was
because of what Matt George said, and I'm sure what Matt said was accurate. A source that he has said they really love Debanza. Remember that was back in.
Yeah. Well, if you
I'm
have
sure
2,
that happened. At the same time, that doesn't mean because of that we should all assume, well, he's their guy then.
Right.
I mean, there's a very good chance he is, but I'm just not going to assume it.
Well, he might be gone. If we're talking 2, first of all, if you're picking 2, you're already cooked. Because that's the one.
Oh, because that's the cursed one?
Yeah, you don't want 2.
Spot?
You don't want 2. But if you end up with 2.
So 3 is better than 2?
I'd say so. But if you end up with 2, what if you went Wagler? Hey, he's 6'6", bigger dude. Yeah, everybody gets what they want. He's a big guy, but he's a point guard. I think funny enough, Whitey, there might be less of an uproar if you took Wagler at 2, just because everybody's obsessed with size these days, like a dating app.
Brick Ripsaw says, I'd pick the Chicago Bulls to pick first. What do you think
Anybody
would be,
in the East, I'm good with.
What would be the first pick that would look the most fixed? Last year, the day of the lottery, me and Drapes ran this down, and we pretty much, of course, would look the most rigged. And bingo.
Yeah. I mean,
the Warriors.
I was going to say it's the Warriors.
Yeah.
Because you can flip that for Giannis, and now they cook.
Yep.
That's it. They lose to the Clippers. They get the first pick.
Of course, and I know you're historically a big Warrior fan. I know that they may not even be in the lottery. I know they could still be in the playoffs.
They are going to be in the lottery.
I meant no disrespect.
Yeah, don't.
You know, Steve Kerr doesn't have a contract for next year?
They're waiting. Come on, Adam. Come on. It's like roulette, Jay. Come on, Adam. Give us that one.
When we come back, is this guy who's playing tonight, is he the player Zack Lavine was supposed to be? We'll look at that next. Sactown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
The Bedroom Collection sale is on at Scandinavian Designs. For a limited time, shop dreamy deals on all bedroom furniture, including beds, dressers, nightstands, and more. This is your chance to splurge on a new piece or upgrade your entire sleep space with a fresh, modern look. Stop by one of our local showrooms or shop online at ScandinavianDesigns.com. Scandinavian Designs. We make it simple. You make it home.
Russell Peters Relax World Tour.
I go, my parents are from India. She goes, oh, India. See, I knew India. Indian people, you have a big eyes and long eyelash like a cow. Wow, 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 wow.
Saturday, April 18th, 8 p.m., the venue at Thunder Valley.
Wow, 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 wow. I didn't know what to do. I just tipped her and thank you, bye-bye, and I left.
For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Russell Peters Relax World Tour.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
It's finally here, the play in the Warriors. Steph's on a minutes restriction, but it's like a 40-minute,
Why even bring it up?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Almost like, that way we'll have an excuse. If we lose, we can always say, well, Steph was on a minutes restriction.
Well, I wonder, did they bring it up so they couldn't get investigated?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, everybody's going to be watching that game.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Warriors sold to stay in the lottery, and then Adam gives them the first pick.
I'll be a little surprised if the Warriors don't get run out of the gym tomorrow.
I don't know, man. The Clippers, they're so random, honestly, and they still have a bunch of talent, of course, on that team, but they lose games they're not supposed to lose. It's weird. I hear what you're saying, but you never know. They beat the...
Maybe I'm just really overly influenced by all those just ragtag lineups the Warriors have been thrown out there lately.
Right, but that's not what they're going to have tomorrow night. I mean, Al Horford's back, and we know what he did, in the finals for a couple years now. He can get hot from
2011.
3. Yeah. No, 2022. You got Porzingis, Al Horford, DeAnthony Melton, Steph Curry, and, of course, your boy Pods. Like I said, the Clippers are weird, man. They're weird.
It's a reminder to me when you look at the teams that are still playing and are playing in the play-in tournament, it's a reminder that it's really difficult, if not outright just foolish, to try to guess how teams are going to finish in the NBA when the season starts. Because look how differently these teams look now compared to the way they looked at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And the Clippers are a great example. They basically redid their roster, and they kind of retooled and got a lot younger. It's like a different team for the most part.
Yeah.
How could anybody at the beginning of the year picking where they're going to finish know they were going to do that?
Right. And they started out, it was rough. And then Whitey, another team that they might get that Pacers pick, right? But regardless of whether they get it or not, they kind of found a way to copy the, Suns in a way and do a kind of hybrid rebuild deal by getting younger with, assuming they retain Benedict Mathurin. I believe he's going to be a restricted free agent. But you go get Darius Garland, who him and Ty Lue have a really good relationship, apparently. You could get lucky and get that Pacers pick, and all of a sudden the Clippers haven't really skipped a beat. Then you could say, all right, now Kawhi, it's time for your kind of next step, and you want an opportunity to win somewhere. We don't know what's going to happen with the trees and all that.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what do you think the league will do? Are they actually going to do anything? All signs to me indicate they don't really want to do anything.
I don't think you can, because if I'm not mistaken, I don't think you're in a position where you can it's one thing to not do anything. It's another thing to just he'll be expiring at $50 million. I think it would be one thing if he just stays on the Clippers. If the Clippers get the Pacers pick and then flip Kawhi for 2 first-rounders, that would look really bad. I think if he stays on the Clippers, Adam can say, hey, it'll just go away, Pablo Torre. I'll do what I need to do, and I'll just, it'll just get quiet. If you let the Clippers flip, even if they don't get the Pacers pick, if you let them flip Kawhi for 2 firsts, I think that'd look pretty bad.
Publicly, the NBA has been very upset by tanking, and we know the commissioner has talked to teams, and he's talked to fans, and he's talked about how terrible this is, and this is what we're going to do. And as far as the aspiration scandal, potentially, the league is like, they don't even want to talk about it.
No.
Some of that, I think, is because the narrative was driven by somebody else. They don't like when somebody else outside of NBA media comes out and says, hey, look what they're doing. So, no, you can't tell us what to do. But everything, to me, that they've done has suggested that we're just going to try to keep a lid on this as best we can.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about tanking instead.
Yeah, I do.
So I don't know if they're going to end up doing anything significant.
Going back to your question from last segment, if Dallas got not even the number 1, but if they got a top 3 pick, would we go back to, hey, why was Mark Cuban defending everything? Isn't that kind of weird? Mark Cuban's defending, riding for the NBA. Dallas gets another pick. He gets his ownership back. That's a little interesting to me.
I'm going to ask a question here that I think some people are going to take as criticism of a current king. I don't mean it as that. I'm just observing this. Zack Lavine puts up big numbers. There's things he can do extremely well, but overall he has not seemed to have the impact on winning that you would expect. Is Con Knippel the player that Zack Lavine is supposed to be?
That feels disrespectful.
Why?
Because Zack Lavine has been an all-star. He's been a vet in this league for a very long time. Katon Kneppel is a rookie, obviously. I do think he does more than
he's had a
just
huge
shoot.
impact on that team winning. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And again, but this is what I struggle with. I don't know who Zack is as a scorer, right? Or what he wants. Oh, well, he doesn't like, and this is not Zack saying it, but the whole word was, oh, him and Domas, he's not big on DHO stuff. But, I mean, Kevin Huerter loved DHO. They're both kind of spot-up shooters, so why doesn't Zack like it? I think what I struggle with is when I watch Zack Lavine, the dude is like a career dang near 40% three-point shooter, but he doesn't have that. I don't know why, but he doesn't have that same gravity that you see with other shooters like that. Katon Kneppel has that gravity. The whole gravity thing kind of didn't start with Steph, but that's where we started talking about it a lot. I don't think anybody really knows how, what Zack Lavine is. And because of that, unless he burns you over and over again, you don't see that type of gravity. Because half the time, that's why you want those kind of dead red shooters. Obviously, you want them to score the basketball, but it opens up things. When I watch Zack Lavine play, specifically on this team, maybe it's because he's the only shooter, but in theory, Whitey, going back to what Zack said yesterday, you put Keegan on the floor with Zack Lavine, and to a lesser degree now, DeAndre Hunter, that should be somewhat of a nightmare, and you have somebody, it could be Russ.
For who?
I'm just saying, for a defense.
Okay.
Because to have that type of shooting, but it hasn't looked like that. And I don't know why. So a long-winded way of answering your question, I feel like Zack Lavine is supposed to be more, but I can't tell you what that is.
When the Kings traded for him, I think he was shooting .446.
That's insane.
Yes, he was having an insane year. Came over, and his numbers were still good, but Kneppel is like .426, about 43% this year from three. Also, he's a little bigger, and Kneppel can actually play forward. Zack Lavine, you play him at forward, but he's not really a forward.
No.
He's a two-guard. Knippel's a better defender, better rebounder. It's just interesting to me because you got two guys that are just, as you say, dead red shooters, right? Yeah, but one seems to be having, and I know he's playing his first year, seems to be having a really positive impact on his team's winning. And Zack Lavine, it seems like that we haven't seen as much. And I'm just trying to figure out why. Is there something Katon Kneppel's doing that Zack has never quite been able to do? I don't know.
Yeah, well,
I think, again, getting back to what we were saying earlier, Kneppel, again, it's just his first year. We don't know what he's going to become. He does seem more well-rounded and overall more efficient.
He's definitely more efficient. He does not dribble the basketball a lot. Did you see that post that was going around? These basketball trainers teach your kids all these dribble combos, but Katon Kneppel barely dribbles the basketball and has as much impact on the game as anybody doing more than all these dribble combo dudes. And I think that's how I would see it as well. Everything he does has a purpose, and you cannot say the same about Zack. You can't say the same about a lot of guys. Katon Kneppel's having an outstanding season, but your question was about Zack Lavine. Not everything that Zack Lavine does seems to have a purpose.
Yeah, this may be unfair, but it's what I think. Zack needs the ball in his hands. He does.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Whereas I'm thinking of Clay. When Clay was on the great Warrior teams, he didn't need the ball. He would stand in the corner, and when they gave it to him, he'd make a shot.
Yeah.
So he was a great fit for that team because he didn't demand a lot of things. 60 points on 11 dribbles and all that. It's not fair to say, well, Zack needs to be that. But the fact that he's not speaks sometimes to why he's not overall more effective.
Yeah, and the other part of it, too, I mean, Katon goes 6'6", according to Basketball Reference, so he's a little bigger than
that's what I said.
Zack,
I'm
taller and just, just thicker,
Mm-hmm.
if you will. And I don't know. I look at
Zack is kind of a mystery, pardon me, but
Yeah.
that's my point. He's like, he does all these things well. Why doesn't it seem to have more of an impact on his team?
Right.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to he doesn't really distribute. He just scores. And Katon does more than just scores. And even if, going back to the Clay thing, I don't know. If you were to try to put these guys, Whitey, all these new the Gen Zers and all their nerd kind of terms, archetype, I don't know that I would put Zack Lavine. I would put Khan and Clay Zack Lavine, period. Like, I'm trying to think of a player comp for Zack Lavine right now, and I don't know. But I have not known forever. Forever.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140 if you want to join the fun. Yay. Let's talk to EJ on Sactown Sports. Hey, EJ, what's up?
What's up, you guys? It's good to talk to you again, man. I want to wish you guys a positive day, man. It's always good to get in the car and hear you guys online and in the radio, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, hey, with the season ending right now, it was tough. It was filled with a lot of stress, a lot of edginess, a lot of tension. But I just wanted to take this opportunity just for a couple of positive shouts out, if that's cool with you guys. First one, Coach Christie, we're proud of you. We're riding for you, man. It was hard, man. Things did not go as I'm sure you wanted to start the season out, but you ended the season with your head held high. And I love the spirit of the team after the exit interviews and everything yesterday. And then secondly, I just wanted to just give ultimate praise and props and respect to Russell Westbrook, to DeMar DeRozan, who had historic seasons in the Kings uniform. Damn, guys, I just wish we just had a more jovial season to have celebrated that a little bit more often here. So anyway, all my best to you guys, man. I thought I would just come in, give you props, give you some good energy. Keep up the good work, y'all. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great stuff. I like that.
He was positive. You're never positive. Why do you like that?
Somebody has to be positive for me. So EJ did it. Now I don't have to do it.
Oh, okay.
It's perfect.
All right. Yeah.
It's perfect. By the way, Whitey, I just spun, because I know I can't get my Tankathon music. I just spun one for fun.
Ask Jay. Maybe Jay will do it for you today.
Me and Jay are good right now.
Yeah.
I want to keep it that way.
Jay might say, yeah, you know what?
We're always good, but that's not going to happen.
Guess what? Guess where I have the King? One spin, I promise you. Guess where they landed?
7th.
2.
Oh, okay.
2. And guess who's won? Indiana.
Oh, all right.
So Caleb Wilson, or you know what? And I saw this on the text line. Somebody said, well, what would you do at 3? I think that's the good question, Whitey. 2 is you're going to get Caleb. You have to take one of the bigger guys. Would they take Acuff over Boozer? That's the $1 million question. But not to, get back on track here with Zach, but that's the $1 million question.
Yeah.
What would you do at 3?
Yeah. Like I said, I'm just not assuming anything.
You shouldn't.
Right.
You shouldn't. Because I didn't think Devin Carter was going to come out of Commissioner's mouth when that happened.
Yeah. Concanipoulos sure worked out for those Charlotte Hornets. Which of the playing teams do the Kings need to become? Miami, Charlotte, Portland, Phoenix.
Oh, this is an easy one.
Yeah.
It's Charlotte.
Okay, it's going to take quite a while then.
I don't think it's look, I think it's going to be Phoenix or Portland. But it should be Charlotte.
Now, I know I was asking if you heard Carmichael Dave. I know you heard some of what he and J. Ross had to say today, or at least you saw it posted because you responded to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was basically J. Ross saying they might have to run it back. That wasn't them saying they want them to, but it was J. Ross kind of looking at the logistics saying, I don't know if they're going to be able to get off these contracts.
Right.
They could be anywhere from 7 to 11, and what are we doing? Buckle up, J. Ross. Dread it. Run from it. These contracts not going anywhere, baby. They not going anywhere. They might get rid of one, maybe one.
But like Keith Smith says, you just can't be concerned with the return.
I agree.
And I know you said that yesterday.
Yeah. I don't think they should be. That's not to say that they won't be. I don't know. Again, that's why I've always come back to Malik, because it's, and even when we talked to Keith Smith, he said, I don't think the Malik contract is that bad. There's another year off of it.
I know you said, this is a horrible albatross of a contract. One of the worst I've seen. And Keith Smith said, what are you talking about?
No, Keith said, I said it went from being a good contract and a good situation to they couldn't move him. And now I wonder, Whitey, depending on what's going to happen with DeMar and Westbrook, because that's my whole thing. If you move off of Malik, but then bring back Westbrook, you got cheaper, but did you do anything roster-wise? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. That's interesting, the question you posed about what the Kings would do at 3. I think there's a really good chance they take a guard.
I think so, too. I don't know. I feel like they should take Boozer, assuming Caleb is not there. But Scott Perry got a thing for them point guards.
We got another question about the coin toss with the Jazz. When is that happening? All we know is it's soon. I haven't heard anything yet.
Yeah.
Yesterday I saw it on The Athletic that is happening soon.
Which is tough because we were trying to have a party for it.
The coin toss?
Yeah, we were going to have a watch party.
Oh, why don't we?
We don't know when it is.
Well, that's okay. Surprise party.
Yeah, surprise party. Might not know ahead of time, guys, but
and I don't think they actually televise that. So
we'll talk to some people.
How are you going to have a watch party?
We just celebrate if they win.
Yeah.
Post.
I don't even think they tell us when it's going to happen. It's just, oh, yeah, we just did it. Oh, I just did it.
They just tell Shams. Hey, this happened.
Shams is everywhere. He's in there where they toss the coin. He's in there when they're operating on Zack Lavine. He's everywhere.
A lot of people weren't happy, that WNBA draft was yesterday, and people thought that the Valkyries were getting flagey, and they ended up trading her. But a lot of people aren't happy because, when something is growing and there are WNBA beat writers that have been grinding, now all of a sudden, since WNBA will probably surpass the NBA pretty soon here because everything is passing the NBA, if you ask people.
He's being sarfecious.
Yes. Now, Shams is getting WNBA stuff, and people are saying, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, Shams ain't making calls for the WNBA, but you know what's funny about that, Whitey? Once you build a brand like the Giants and others, it makes more sense for Shams to post something. It seems like a bigger deal. Is it right? I don't know. Probably not. But if the WNBA wants to seem bigger, you go to the biggest brand, and they are connected to the NBA, and you let him post the stuff.
Yeah. Well, since you opened the can of sports journalism, let's talk about Diana Rossini resigning.
Jay, he's always trying to go back to it.
No, I'm not making any jokes about it. Diana Rossini announcing that she is resigning from The Athletic. As you pointed out before the show, her contract was going to expire in June anyway.
Yeah.
But there's some people like your boy who's the guy on First Take? Skip Bayless. Also, you have, I think, Buster Olney. Some people are saying, look, there's some real ethical journalistic questions here about how the information, how it's being collected and how it's being disseminated. And if, people are looking at some things Diana Rossini said about A.J. Brown. Oh, I know he wants to go to New England. Well, wait a minute. Is a member of the media actually driving players here or there? I don't know, but it's one of the things people are looking at and going, oh, yeah, well, that's not the way this should be done.
Yeah.
It raises questions.
Well, yeah.
Beyond just the, the sexual aspect of it.
Yeah, and she posted the letter that her letter of resignation to The Athletic. Just have a quick excerpt for you, Whitey, not the whole thing. Talking about as everything broke down, The Athletic initially did support her, and then she said, in the days that followed, unfortunately, commentators in various media have engaged in self-feeding speculation that is simply unmoored from the facts. Moreover, this media frenzy is hurtling forward without regard for the review process The Athletic is trying to complete. It continues to escalate, fueled by repeated leaks, and I have no interest in submitting to a public inquiry that has already caused far more damage than I am willing to accept. Rather than allowing this to continue, I've decided to step aside now before my current contract expires on June 30th. I do so not because I accept the narrative that has been constructed around this episode, but because I refuse to lend it further oxygen or to let it define me or my career. I think that's what's so... The one thing I'm missing here is it hasn't been confirmed that anything happened, right? Outside of the pictures?
I think neither she nor Mike Vrabel have said, oh, yes, that's what happened. So
she's kind of alluding to it. Something of it isn't true. And maybe it's, well, it was a one-time thing and it wasn't an effect. I don't know.
Right.
But going back to your boys in the Coldplay concert, they came out and, hey, you know, this is what was going on. That's not what happened.
What?
That's not what happened. They haven't come out and said, hey, yeah, we're in a relationship. They're not saying anything.
And obviously there's a ton of scrutiny on all aspects of it, and she's just going, yeah, I'm not dealing with it right now.
Right.
I'm removing myself from the situation
Right.
without admitting to any wrongdoing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Skip Bayless was talking about how, in his experience, you have a member of the media who will develop a relationship with a player, and the player will be, look, and Skip talked about this like he's had people offer this. And he says, look, the player will say, I'll give you information. You can call me anytime you want. You can text me. I'll give you information. Occasionally, I will give you a scoop, big scoop. But in exchange, if I have a bad game or I do something wrong, you have to defend me. You can't go after me. And he said, this is the way it's done. And he said he decided he didn't want to be any part of that. So that's where some people are going, what's really going on here? Again, there's the sexual nature of it that is, whoa, look at that. But there's journalistic questions beyond that some people now are saying, that's not the way you should be collecting information. And
well, no.
Well, see, again, you're taking it it literally. Yeah, as part of some quid pro quo.
Yes.
Yeah. So those are the questions that are being answered.
Yeah.
Asked, I should say. They're not answered yet.
I don't know. Right. And somebody said Barca will hire her next week. That's what somebody said. Maybe.
I'm sure she'll have,
I think she'll be okay.
Opportunities.
I think she will be okay. Yeah. I'm not saying that this is an admission of guilt or anything. We just don't know. We're going to find out, but we just don't know. But, yeah, it turns into a situation I would assume that if this didn't happen, the Athletic would probably have kept her on. But I don't know. The whole idea of the male-female aspect of this as well. What if?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, double standard and
Vrabel. I saw somebody. I think it was Colin Cowherd say the problem is it's not necessarily about male-female. The problem is Vrabel is Diana Rossini. The question is moral and ethical. Vrabel, the question is only moral. So that's why. I guess
that's a double standard. Jeff Pearlman has talked about that too.
Yeah, because Vrabel, I guess
she's held to a different standard by some in all this because she's a woman,
but also because of what her job is. Vrabel's job is just to coach a football team. Anything else, he's not really going to get held to. If he wants to leak information, whatever. They're just rumor that whatever. That's not what he's getting paid to do. Diana Rossini, that how she went about it or whatever. It's just a little bit different.
Yeah. Don't you think somebody had to be on to that for whatever reason to have taken those pictures?
Well, they said that there was a PI.
Okay.
I
know that was suspected. I didn't know that was confirmed.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's confirmed either. But you know me, look. I'm not making a joke, but I like trashy TV. You know what I mean? So when I hear PI, I watch Investigative Discovery, Lifetime. So this is right up my alley. But these are real people. She got kids. Yeah. So these are real. There are real repercussions to your actions. That's just the reality.
Plus, it was smoke too. Like this wasn't the first time that they had been allegedly seen together. Unfortunately, there had been some ties that people have put forth that they had become comfortable with each other.
Okay, and didn't she have a history of having a good sense of what Mike Vrabel's teams are going to do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I mean,
allegedly. She's a good insider to a lot of what the Titans and Patriots have been getting done and what that they won. And I'll say this because I find the conversation fascinating, fellas. First of all, Skip Bayless is absolutely, and I don't rarely talk about people or personal or whatever. A lot of what Skip Bayless, because I didn't see it, but you're paraphrasing, that's trash. Skip Bayless for sure has ran with a lot of different things for a long time. So let's just call it what it is. And me personally, I'm not afraid to go out there and say that. The second part of it is we're living in that time in this era where media, and I've said this multiple times, media personalities are celebrities now. And you have to understand that. You have to carry yourself as such. And one of the things that people consider and we talk about is, the fourth diagram, which basically means I'm just, don't kill the messenger. I'm just giving you the message. For whatever reason, that line has been blurred for a very long time. And Skip Bayless is one of those guys who blurred that line. So a lot of what he's talking about I'm not hearing. Unfortunately, this is something that I hope people can learn from. Your personal life has to stay away from your professional life. And if you don't hear anything that anybody else is saying, when it comes to the sports world, entertainment world, social reality, as you said, Alan, these people have lives.
Right.
And so we have to be very careful about how this is being reported, and Whitey, you're doing a very good job of that. Unfortunately, I don't think they took their own, knowledge and went about it being that careful. And so I just hope everybody, for whatever it is, they're adults. Please, hopefully it pans out. But this is a conversation that really needs to be had. And like you said, Buster Olney talked about it, whatever.
Yeah.
This is something down the road. We have to really adjust the way media personalities are going about how they're orchestrating rumors and whispers and everything, stories and breaking news. And I think leagues play a part in that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We'll take a look at the draft here when we come back, the NFL draft, that is. Brian Bosarge joins us with what the 49ers need and how likely they are to get it next. Sactown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
At quarterback, calling the right play could change the whole game. And when your car breaks down, same idea. Make the right call before the big repair bill hits. CarShield helps protect you from expensive auto repairs. Plans include 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, and rental car options, all to keep your drive alive. Look, breakdowns happen, but choosing CarShield, that's the easiest call you'll make all day.
Visit carshield.com now and join the team that's helped millions of drivers save. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Big O, our Protect Plus warranty offers free flat repairs, replacements, and roadside assistance. So tire trouble is no trouble at all. Now through May 5th, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Cooper, Hankook, or selected Pirelli brand tires with installation purchase. Plus, get an extra $50 in rebates when using your Big O Tires and Service credit card. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation required. Disposal fees and shop fees extra where permitted. See store for pricing. Eligibility may vary. Not valid with other offers.
Sacramento! Now you've got a place for all things dance.
The all-new Energy 100.5 HD2.
Where dance music lives. Dance vibes anytime and any place when you get the free Now 100.5 app.
Or listen at 100.5 HD2.
Tune in every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the Toyota Tahoe Report with Johnny Mosley and me, Elena, bringing you the latest weather conditions up at Tahoe. Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers, Toyota. Let's go places.
With Popeye's new $6 faves menu, you can get this 3-piece chicken, this 3-piece tenders, this chicken sandwich, or these 2 regular sides for just $6 a piece. I know you can't see what I see, but trust me, those bold Louisiana flavors look so good, you might just have to get them all. Now there's an idea.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Price may vary. Terms apply.
Catch the future of San Francisco Giants baseball right here in Sacramento with the Sacramento River Cats at Sutter Health Park. See tomorrow's stars take the field today and be part of the big league journey. Get your River Cats baseball tickets now at rivercats.com.
Download the app and listen to The Drive Guys.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
Alan just showed Jana a picture of his daughter. That was today, and she's wearing a Raider shirt.
Yeah, she'll just wake up some days and say, I want to wear the Raid, and she'll do the Raiders.
You gotta record her doing that.
I will. Well, no,
she did that, or Daddy said you're wearing your Raider shirt.
I did not. I didn't even dress her today. I was on baby duty, and she came out. And my wife said, "Look what she's wearing." I'm like, "Well, you know what? I'm gonna get the video of her doing it. Draft night, baby.
Yeah.
It'll be a big night in the Styles
Where did
household.
she learn to say it like that?
Well, me. And, she sees it on TV. So draft night's going to be a big night. She's going to be saying it. We're all going to be in our Raiders stuff. It's going to be a good night. That's right.
Yeah. I mean, you're kind of playing it off like you're sheepish about it, but I know on some level you're very proud.
I'm proud. Well, I'm proud now. I felt bad that day. I think she came down and wore it that Cowboys night when they just got destroyed. I said, just go take it off, dude. Just take it off. It's okay. I thank you, but go take it off. I don't want to have to do that to you. Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching Monday Night Football once. I had one of those replica uniforms, the whole, like, the helmet. And for some reason, I got the Chiefs. And so there's a football game on. I think it might have been the Chiefs. I don't know, 9 or 10 or whatever. And I come out, watch the game in my whole uniform. My dad starts cracking up. And he goes, when the baseball game's on, do you wear a baseball uniform? Come on, Dad.
Yeah.
You bought this for me. I didn't buy it myself.
Right.
I'm 9 years old.
Right. But here's the thing now. It'll be interesting because obviously first kid was born in the Bay, second kid born in Sacramento. So one, she was born during the Kings-Warriors playoff run, literally.
Oh, my
End of
goodness.
April.
Yeah.
So her birthday is, next week? What if she's Warriors, the baby, the 7-month-old, ends up being Kings, but here's the kicker. By the time number one's older, Steph is gone. So what if the Kings are actually better than the Warriors at that point in time?
Well, it sounds like Dad has a lot to do with which way that goes if your daughter's wearing a Raider shirt.
I let them do what they want. She saw me wearing a Raider shirt and said, I want one too. I didn't tell her what to wear. I would never do that. She's 2. She can make her own decisions.
We're expecting to talk to Brian Bosarge, NFL Draft Countdown writer. The draft's coming up April 23rd, and how's it feel to be sitting right atop of it all?
It's beautiful. All we need is this Mother's Day spin for the Kings and, all the Kings Raiders fans out there. Could this be the happiest offseason a Kings and if the A's get cooking, Whitey? I know the Kings, Raiders, A's fans out there have had a rough go. Could this be the most fun summer you've had in 2 decades? Right? I mean, if the Kings get lucky, they get top 3. Raiders, Fernando, Kings top 3, A's respectable. Could this be the most fun summer in 20 years for the Kings, Raiders, A's out there?
I guess it could be. There's a number of things that have to fall into place, but none of them seem like too much of a stretch.
Even if they got top 6 with the Kings.
It's tough to hit those parlays, as you explained to us.
What if they said top 6? You got 1 for Fernando, 6 with the Kings, and the A's, are, like I said, hey, this is exciting baseball. That'd be a really fun summer because I know Kings, Raiders, A's, they got it tough, man. Y'all got it tough in these streets.
Yeah. I mean, the draft pick is one thing for Kings fans, but I think fans will not be happy unless Precious comes back.
Oh.
Arthur Smith, I think Precious made a team statement to be here and will be the best teacher for Max.
More teachers.
Precious has played his way to a nice contract. Don't think the Kings can afford him. Kings are in the luxury tax. So people are worried. People are fretting about Precious Achiuwa's future here.
You guys made me ban.
It's the Jake LaRavia problem all over again, says Kimberly.
You guys made me ban the words Jonathan Kuminga. Can we ban the word mentor and teacher?
Why do you want to do that, Alan?
Because
it's so important to the culture here.
How many? You know what? Some teams might hang banners, right?
Yeah.
And
some teams hang division championship banners.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
But there won't be a team in the league that can say they have more mentors than the Sacramento Kings. It's an all-mentor team. First team all-mentor.
No, who are the mentors? Russ is a mentor. DeMar was a mentor.
But now Precious is a mentor?
Well, that's what I apologize. I don't remember who said it, but was it Arthur Smith?
How many mentors?
He said teacher. He said teacher.
Teacher. I want 5. I want a full starting lineup of mentors. That's what we need. So everyone,
what's going on here.
No, so everybody can learn from the bench.
You're saying Domas is a mentor for Max?
He's a mentor for Max.
Well, when you have young players, your veterans are going to be mentors.
Malik's a mentor for somebody.
Uh-huh.
He's got a kid now.
He's got to figure out who's going to be the next pizza guy.
That's right. He's got to mentor the pizza guy.
Who am I going to pass the Parmesan to?
All NBA. Who's going to drive the DeLorean? All NBA mentor team. The Kings. I need 5.
Why does that irritate you so much? I don't know.
Because no other team is talking about mentors like this. They're not.
Because they do have a unique blend of the young players. Yeah, well, unique doesn't mean it's good. Doesn't mean it's bad. Mm-hmm. It just means other teams don't have it of young players and veterans.
Unique blend, huh?
Well, tell me another team that has.
There's no other team that has. Did we say we already said Westbrook? Well, he's coming back. 916 says, can't wait to have the debate with Raiders fans. Who is the bigger bust, Jamarcus Russell or Mendoza? Don't get blocked.
Alan,
hey, 916. Hey, no.
That's disguised a little bit, veiled, but that's a shot at you.
Hey, 916, don't get blocked. Don't. It's only Tuesday. Don't get blocked, 916. Don't play with me.
Jamarcus Russell was a much bigger bust than Purvis Ellison, by the way.
Yeah.
Purvis was 20-10, just not for the Kings.
There is a clip that we cannot play on the air of Jamarcus Russell talking about do not call him a bust to his face, or he will not take it kindly.
I don't think I'd call anybody a bust to their face.
Well, he said, some people are kind of tripping, nobody has any social media, nobody has any respect these days. And he said that he's had some situations where he said, hey, do not call me a bust to my face, or there'll be. That's a big boy.
Yes.
That's a big boy. You might be on the other side of the street, you yell it.
Yeah.
But I don't think you're doing it to nobody's face.
I don't even like to say that about someone. And in some cases, it's unavoidable, but it just seems like such a disparaging, like to call someone, because you're basically saying this person was worthless as a player.
Well, that's why Kwame Brown.
No value whatsoever.
Yeah, he came back into the fold, and, he was getting at a lot of different people that use the B word on him. 916 says, can we ban Allen from saying hybrid rebuild, please?
I'm working on it.
You're basically in the future. You're in the future, because what we talk about gets talked about 2 weeks, Whitey.
Your daughter likes pretzels.
She does.
More than the goldfish.
Yeah. And now I have to bring her home you have a surprise for me? It's just pretzels. That's all she wants.
If it's a pretzel every day, it's not a surprise, is it? Anyway.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Brian Bosarge is going to join us coming up here. My apologies.
When listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for the Declaration of Deals sales event?
There's nothing more American than a Jeep. And with the Declaration of Deals, now is the time to get your hands on a new Jeep Wrangler Willys when you save up to $9,500 off MSRP. This is the most capable and versatile 4x4 Jeep on the road, and it could be yours.
What else do you have?
Whatever you want. With our Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter, you can find whatever you're looking for. We have over 180 vehicles available and almost 40 under $20,000. Plus, don't discount the award-winning customer service you get with our 5th-generation family dealership.
Don't wait. Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at hobletdodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet. Period. 9,500 total net savings on select new 2026 Jeep Wrangler Willys after 5,000 factory rebate and 4,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include 2,500 select inventory bonus cash on select inventory. Due with this net savings, sample VIN 173077. See dealer for details.
Help DEA keep our communities safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, April 25th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEATakeback.com.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to carshield.com. That's carshield.com today.
When life calls for a little extra, a kitchen upgrade, paying off debt, or that dream vacation, Valley Strong Credit Union is here to help. With a Valley Strong home equity loan, you can tap into your home's value with competitive rates, flexible terms, and local guidance you can trust. Get approved in as little as 5 minutes, with funding in as few as 5 days. Your goals are within reach. Visit valleystrong.com to get your offer today. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your possibilities. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 456506.
Injured and you're considering an LA law firm looking to charge you 45% to 50% in attorney's fees? That's overcharging. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years, and I can tell you no matter how complicated your injury case, you should never be charged 45% or 50% in attorney's fees ever. Direct, experienced, unrelenting, and honest local representation matters. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton & Price serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries. So for the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Did you try my Colombian tamales? They're delicious.
Yes, but the Mexican tamales I brought are better.
Colombian tamales wrapped in plantain leaves are unmatched, you know.
But the Mexican tamales wrapped in corn husks are the authentic ones.
At least we can agree that they taste better with Pepsi.
Without a doubt. Can you pass me a straw?
You mean a pitillo.
Tamales deserve Pepsi.
Switchfoot Live. Friday, April 24th, 7 p.m., the venue at Thunder Valley. With Fuel. And Lit. And Thomas Ian Nicholas. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. One incredible night with Switchfoot, Fuel, and Lit together live.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Drafting days are here again. Almost. The NFL draft kicking off on Thursday, April 23rd. You enjoy the draft, the 4-day extravaganza of the NFL draft?
Oh, of course I do. You know I do. Mm-hmm. So much hope in the air. Mm-hmm. You're getting your guy, your guys. You're about to turn your franchise around. They boo Goodell. I love it. I want to go to the draft one of these days. I got to go.
Isn't it going to be in Vegas soon?
Oh, sign me up, baby.
With more on the draft, nice enough to join us from NFL Draft Countdown, Brian Bosarge with us. Brian, thanks for your time. How excited should Alan Stiles be here about the Raiders with a first pick. Can the Raiders transform their franchise in this draft?
I mean, you certainly hope so. You're going to get Fernando Mendoza, the quarterback from Indiana. Obviously, I mean, I think we pretty much locked that baby in. We chiseled that into the stone tablet at this point. That might be the only pick we know about at this point, but we know about that one. It's a lot to like about Mendoza. I mean, he's got a lot of, good traits. He's a proven winner. I mean, he's the national championship winning quarterback at Indiana. I mean, who would have ever seen that coming right before this year? But we're here now. Would he have been the number one quarterback last year? Probably. The year before, definitely not. Next year, probably not. But it's the year that you're given. This is the year you have the number one pick. So you need a franchise quarterback. You're going to get one with Mendoza.
You see all these conversations that happen during the draft, and it's hard to tell at this point what's real and what's not. What was your take on the Makai Lemon experience from the interviews and then the pro day? People saying, well, he wasn't fast enough at the pro day. What is your take on Makai Lemon? Did he hurt his draft stock, or is it a bit overblown?
It's probably a bit overblown, but again, it's hard for me to take stock into some of the stuff about the interviews because we're not hearing the interviews. These are coming from NFL teams. So this is a specific NFL team. Anonymous scout has leaked it out to somebody in the media saying Makai Lemon, not great in interviews. Are they just saying that because they want Makai Lemon to fall to them in the mid-teens or whatever? Right. Maybe. I don't know. I never interviewed Makai Lemon, never talked to him. I would have liked to have seen a full workout from Makai Lemon. We didn't get that, obviously. We did get the 40, but that's about it. So it's one of those things where I think his ceiling is pick 6, and it's depending on how Cleveland feels about him, where his floor could be in the mid-teens. So, I mean, it's a wide range of where he could go.
Checking in with Brian Bosarge, NFL Draft Countdown. Brian, what would you say the 49ers need the most in this draft, and how likely is it to be there for them?
You got to think that it's going to be an offensive tackle, right? At this point, I would be hard-pressed to think that one of those tackles in the back end of the first round would be who they target. Maybe they package a pick or two and try to move up to get one that they really want if it's somebody they like. If I was right now, I would think that maybe they're looking at someone like Caleb Lomu, the offensive tackle from Utah, I think could be available on the board. He's actually my top-rated tackle in the class, but I am higher on him than the consensus, if you will. But someone like Monroe Freeling, who only started the 1 year at Georgia, could fall to them there. But more likely it's someone maybe like Blake Miller from Clemson, or Max Ahanachor, who I think has a lot of upside out of Arizona State.
Brian, we were talking about the offensive line conversation, and look, Geno did not look good for the Raiders, but he was running for his life a lot. Obviously, you're going to have Kirk Cousins in there, but even Ashton Genty, he was struggling to get past the line and get any type of contact. After the Raiders take Fernando Mendoza, do they go in the offensive line direction immediately after that?
It's very possible. I think they're either going to go there or they're going to attack the wide receiver position, one or the other. But I think that's definitely a spot they look at. If they do, I think you could look at the maybe at the left guard position or right tackle if you're looking there. So, like I said, if one of those guys I just mentioned for the 49ers were to fall into the top of the second round, then that would be could be a guy that they target there for the offensive line. But more likely, it's a potential wide receiver, someone like maybe Denzel Boston from Washington if he was to fall out of the first round. Casey Concepcion from Texas A&M. Someone like that, or you would fingers crossed if you're the Raiders that for some reason Omar Cooper Jr. from Indiana were to fall into that top of the second round, then you pair him back with his college quarterback, and you get that 1-2 friendly pairing there.
Mm-hmm. Brian Bosarge with us. Brian, when you look back at all the players you've evaluated through the years, who comes to mind if I ask you to pick a player that you were right about, that you had right when others didn't see what you saw, or somebody that you were just didn't work out the way you anticipated for him?
Well, I can't really think off the top of my head one I was so absolute. Or maybe Jonathan Taylor. Because the year he came out, I had him as the number 2 overall player in the class.
Okay.
And he goes in the 40 range. And was he the second best player in that draft class? Probably not. But he's more than shown that he was one of the 5 best players in that draft class. So I feel good about that.
Yeah.
I've hard missed on some quarterbacks over the years. One particular comes to mind that your listeners may not even know. Brett Smith from Wyoming. I was super high on this cat coming out, and he didn't even get drafted. And I think he played in Canada for like a year, and that was about it. I was super high on Josh Rosen the year he came out, and that didn't work out either. I was super low on that same year on Josh Allen, and he kind of did work out. So that was not my best year for the quarterback evaluation process. We'll say that.
Yeah, and it happens. I know it happens.
Yes,
yeah,
it certainly does, Brian. I got a laundry list in all the sports, Brian. Brian, speaking of drafts that haven't worked out, should Niners fans be deathly afraid of another 3rd or 4th round running back bust, or could the Niners finally get it right this time if they do look to get a young running back to spell Christian McCaffrey a little bit?
Well, I mean, I thought when he was healthy, Isaac Guerrero was solid, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, but it seems like everybody near the substation there, right? That's the fun thing to talk about now.
Yes, sir.
Just popping up injured. Just keep throwing the line in the water and see what happens. This year, I honestly don't feel good about the running backs. Outside of maybe the top 3 in the class, Jeremiah Love going to be long gone by the time they pick at 27, obviously. But you have Jadarian Price, his teammate, high upside teammate from Notre Dame. I think he's going to go probably early in the 2nd round. And Mike Washington from Arkansas is a big, fast guy, great Senior Bowl, great combine. I think those are the only 3 running backs we see get drafted in the first 2 days of the draft. I don't think we're going to see a big run in that 2nd, 3rd round. So then you start looking at, well, who's going to be available in the 4th round and so on. And I think that's where, if the 49ers are going to hit that spot, it's going to be for somebody, one of the Penn State running backs, Allen or Singleton, maybe someone like Adam Randall from Clemson, former wide receiver. Maybe he comes off the board 4th, 5th round, somewhere like that.
For what team, Brian Bosarge with us from NFL Draft Countdown, for what team would you expect this draft will have the most immediate impact?
That's a good question. It's hard to say. You'd have to think maybe Kansas City, because they shouldn't be drafting in the top 10, right? So you expect whoever that they can get with the 9th and 29th picks. I believe, they have the 29th pick from the Rams. So they have 2 first-round picks now, and those guys, if they get good instant contributors, they're right back in this thing, right? So I think Kansas City is one of those teams. You can expect maybe a quick turnaround with the draft.
NFL Draft Countdown. Check it out for all your draft coverage. Great site. Brian Bosarge joining us. Brian, thank you so much. We know you're very busy. We'll let you get back to the scouting, and we hope to talk to you again soon here before the draft. Thank you for your time.
No problem, guys. Anytime.
Yep. And one of the tricky things with the 49ers when it comes to running backs is historically, and I'm going way back here, I know, the Shanahans and Bobby Turner, one of their coaches, they have this knack for finding guys that really are great fits for the zone blocking scheme that they run, the wide, well, now it's the wide zone, that other people don't see the value, and they're like, oh, this guy's great. I mean, Mike Shanahan did it for years with the litany of 1,000-yard rushers that were, who's that guy? I don't know. He just ran for 1,000 yards, though, for the Broncos.
Yeah, but it does feel, again, like they almost lost the mojo when they got Christian McCaffrey, because you're talking about the Mosterts and guys like that.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And
yeah.
After drafting McCaffrey, it's almost as if I'm not paying as much attention to it
lost
because
that
I don't need to.
superpower.
They felt like they don't really need it anymore. Yeah.
It's like the football god said, we'll give you this great player, but that means no more.
Yeah,
no more. You lose your knack for seeing what others can't see.
Hidden gems. Yeah.
It's all right. We'll do it.
I like that Casey Concepcion from Texas A&M. I like good name. I like him.
Alan, every other question. Yeah, back to the Raiders.
Well, you were doing and I asked a Niner question.
Let me get back to the Raiders here, Brian, if I may.
That's a Niner question. Are they going to screw up the running back again, backup running back again? That's what
I get it. You're excited. I'm happy for you. Yeah.
Big day.
By the way, the Maxim, I know you wanted to tell us about Maxim, and we had to bump it because Alan's had this thing he's wanted to do about Maxim in the draft. And it's like, okay, we'll do it. He's like, we haven't done it yet. Okay, we'll do it. We were going to do it there. And then Brian Bosarch, we had some issues with
I've been texting you for 3 weeks about this.
You want to just do it next?
I'd like to.
Okay, yeah. Alan's going to tell us why Maxim is the best 42nd pick in the history of the NBA or drafts in any sport ever. Next on Sactown Sports.
Stay up to date on Sacramento sports. Join the Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit SactownSports.com.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities, so do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Thinking about starting weight loss treatment? GoodRx is here to help. We offer FDA-approved GLP-1 medications prescribed by licensed providers, including the Wegovy tablet, with straightforward pricing and pickup at your local pharmacy or delivery to your door. All from America's #1 prescription app. Go to goodrx.com/weight loss to get started. GoodRx is not insurance. Cancel anytime. #1 prescription app ranked by a third-party study.
This is the sound of Claire, cooking dinner at home. And that's the sound of a fraud alert from Wells Fargo, flagging a charge for a pricey restaurant in Paris. Considering Claire isn't in Paris right now, that seemed odd to the bank and to Claire. 2 taps later, Claire says nope to the charge, and Wells Fargo is on the case. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. The Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, athletics, and Republic FC with the Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit SactownSports.com to join. Live and local, it's The Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Yep, we got a little clarity on the Kings TV broadcast situation for next year. This morning you may have heard Mark Jones on with the Carmichael Dave show. Mark Jones says, yeah, he's done with ESPN, but he wants to be the Kings announcer for a long time. And we found out today on social media that Kyle Draper is not going to be back with the Kings next year. So Kyle Draper is going to be in with us tomorrow, former member of the show. Well, always, once you're on the show, you're part of the show. Mm-hmm. So Drapes will come in tomorrow to, I'm sure, say his thank yous and his farewells. Although, as far as I know, I don't know, not that I would know, but I don't know what's next for him. I'm not sure he's even leaving. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm always excited to see Drapes and
You're a mentor, right?
Exactly.
Mentors.
Well, that's one mentor we'll allow. Okay, but I don't have 4 like the Kings. So
KD, my man.
So we'll
Mercedes man.
Yeah, exactly.
The Mercedes man.
The LeBron James of the station will make his appearance.
KD.
So it'll be fun.
What's the other one? Because I'm not something, Kyle.
Because I'm not Panic, Kyle.
Yeah, that
one. Kyle, press pause. I love you, Drake.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Drake don't even write his own stuff.
Who was that?
That one I don't. Do you remember that one?
Was that Dwayne?
Maybe.
Was that D that put?
Might have been.
Yeah, it might have been Dwayne.
Wow.
Yeah.
That'll be fun tomorrow.
Do we know what time that is yet, Jerry? We still waiting to see.
Say that again.
Do we know what time Drapes is in tomorrow?
3 o'clock.
Okay, thank you.
3 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Then tonight, of course, we got the play-in tournament tipping off on Prime.
It's gonna be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Mellow. It is a weird shot, though. It's a very weird-looking shot. It is.
I give him credit, though. When he first went to the Hornets, they said, well, we're going to work on that, like the Lakers did with your brother. And he said, nah, I'm good.
I don't even know if it's the arm placement. He just doesn't jump. He doesn't.
It's almost
really
like
jump.
a set shot.
Yeah, he just doesn't jump at all. Yeah, and that's why he shoots from. That's probably why he shoots from so far, because I don't know how often he shoots off the dribble. To be honest with you,
that's one of the biggest differences in basketball in the last 25 years, which I know is a long time now. But I mean, now guys shoot from the logo, and they can shoot it rather than
If the Hornets, let's say I don't know if it makes a difference whether you lose the first game or second game, but if the Hornets don't make the playoffs, do we look at their season differently? Or was it still, hey, Eastern Conference was actually, we were talking to somebody, they said Eastern Conference is a lot better than you would think. And I think I had looked up that the play-in, the record for the Eastern Conference was better than the Western Conference. We know all the tanking teams, but do we look at the Hornets any differently if they don't even get into the playoffs?
Well, I mean, this is a little bit of an iffy comparison. Do you look at the Warriors' 73-win season any differently, given that they didn't win a championship?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't mean to compare the Hornets to the 73-win Warriors, but you got to get in. You got to seal the deal, at least get into the postseason.
Yeah, I think you're onto something. We'll see. We'll see.
I remember Bob Myers, and I love Bob Myers. Really, a few times I've talked to him, a gentleman, but I think he said, I understand why he said it. Oh, yeah, well, 73 wins was great, whether we won the championship or not. Okay.
No. Maybe if you just I don't think it'd be any better, but if you got ran off the court or if it wasn't a 3-1 blown lead, maybe I'd believe you. Hey, we just got outplayed.
Yeah.
But the way it went down just made it worse.
Yeah. So 73 wins, the most, of course, in a single season in NBA history. What's this about Maxim Reno possibly being the best 42nd pick in NBA history?
Well, look.
I mean, that's what some are saying.
All I'm saying is he's got a chance at it.
Okay.
So we're talking so much about Maxim Reno and how good he's been so far. And I started thinking, because we did this with Nick Clifford, and 26th overall pick. We did this with Nick Clifford. So I wanted to do the same exercise with Maxim Reno, who's having an outstanding season. Or you could say, Whitey, the best season so far from a 42nd overall pick. So here are some of the names. And you know how they do on social media now, make a sound. If this player, we could do.
Nick Clifford was a 24th pick.
24th. Yeah. Make a sound if this player is better than Maxim Reno. Make a sound if you think this player will have a better or has a better
Tricky
career.
Because he's only had the 1 year,
exactly.
but I'll play.
Just how it's projected.
Yeah.
In 2024, for the Hornets, KJ Simpson.
Yeah, I would take Max. What do I just say the name?
No,
Max
you could just do what you just did. It's fine.
Okay, all right.
2023, Tristan Vukcevic.
Max.
2022, Trevor Keels.
Max.
2021, Isaiah Livers.
Max.
I remember he killed the Kings like 2 years ago.
He's not terrible.
Yeah. 2020, Nick Richards.
Max.
2019, Admiral Schofield. Great name.
I think it's Schofield.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that Washington drafted him?
He's on the six, or he was drafted to the six.
I would take Max.
2018, Bruce Brown.
Well, we don't know yet.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's a good one.
Yeah.
2017.
By the way, he played in every game, but he's not eligible for awards. Not that he'd get one anyway.
Bruce Brown?
Yeah, he played every game, but
minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah. 2017, Thomas Bryant.
That's the thing about it. Max should be better than Thomas Bryant, but Thomas Bryant got some things done.
Yeah. 2016, Isaiah Whitehead.
Max.
2015, Olivier Hanlon.
I don't know who that is. I'm no disrespect.
Hold on, there's some good ones here.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay, 2014, Nick Johnson.
Yeah. The baseball player?
2013, Pierre Jackson. It's just Jackson, but
I know.
I
know it is.
Since it's Pierre, the back end should be Jackson.
If it was Pierre Jackson, he might be better than Maxim Reno.
No,
but
you're
I don't
right.
think it is.
2012, Doran Lamb.
That's a character from like Star Wars or something, right?
2011, Davis Bertans.
He was a good player, but Max should be better than him. Davis, I think his name is Davis. I say that because I always call
making these up.
No, I always call them Davis, and then I actually heard Scott
Then it's
Mars
Pierre
say
Jackson.
Okay, sure.
2010, Deshaun Butler.
I think Max.
2009, Patrick Beverly.
Patrick Beverly did more in his career.
Right?
He could be the top 42nd pick.
I think he has to be.
Yeah.
So I'll skip the other ones.
Because isn't he the one that said sack is lit? Kevin Herterer?
Yeah. Kevin Herterer.
Yeah.
And it goes back to 01, Whitey, but the other name on here, you talked about the Warriors. A champ in 2003, Zaza Pachulia. It's a good one.
Max he has a chance to be better than Zaza. Zaza was on some good teams, but he was not a great player.
So you're saying
he's on some good teams.
Max Reno could be the best 42nd overall pick. This only goes back to 01.
I mean, Patrick Beverly
is tough.
Yeah, and I'm trying to separate Patrick Beverly, his image and everything.
Right.
On all the attention he drew with how he played. He was a really good player, obviously.
He was.
Yeah.
And he had to battle too. I mean, he was overseas, and I think he might have even been a JUCO guy too, if I'm not mistaken. But then
who did he just get into it with? Was it Matt Barnes? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's still beefing with him.
Prior to that, he threw in Dwayne Wade, and then Matt Barnes said, "Why are you going at Dwayne? Dwayne Wade doesn't bother anybody." Then he said, "Well, how about you, Matt?" Actually, Matt Barnes, I'm better than you at everything. So yeah, it's quite the
Kevin
list,
Herterer.
Whitey.
Yeah.
He definitely has a shot at it. This goes back to 01, so I don't know, prior to that. But Max could be the best 42nd overall pick ever.
Mm-hmm. It's not as clear-cut as I expected it to be.
Because of Beverly?
Beverly and Bruce Brown, frankly.
And Zaza.
Beverly and Bruce Brown.
And Zaza.
I'm not disrespecting Zaza. I think Maxime better be better than Zaza.
I know what you're doing.
We got a problem.
You're just looking at Zaza differently because of the Kawhi thing.
No, he had a really nice career. He was on obviously some really good teams, but he just wasn't that good.
Because, the whole thing was, I know Spurs fans, they call it the Zaza year. They call it that.
Okay.
I was at that game.
Is that
too.
because he was that good? What did he do? Score 40?
No, it was the foot.
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
I'm just saying.
I know what it was.
Guys, hold on. Zaza, you're not going to disrespect Zaza. Zaza, 1,098 games played. He averaged 6.8 points per game.
That's not horrible. That's a thing.
5.8 rebounds per game and 1.3 assists.
Yeah. As I said, he just wasn't that good. He was an important piece of some good teams, but Maxime better be better than that.
He has to be. So it's between him and Patrick Beverly, pretty much.
3-3-9.
That's how it is in Sac. It's lit.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was after the Beam Team year.
Right.
Everybody was so excited.
Patrick Beverly, 666 games played. That's not creepy at all. 8.3 points per game, 4.1 rebounds per game, 3.4 assists, and he shot 37% from 3. I did not think he.
How many time defensive all NBA?
3 times.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The numbers don't reflect what he did at the defensive end.
3-time
Which
all
you
defense.
You don't recognize
yeah,
anyway.
I mean, I wasn't even paying attention over there. 3-time all defense. Okay. Maxim got him.
You weren't that way as a baseball player, were you? Like,
Yeah,
it doesn't matter if I catch it.
No,
Were you really?
I mean, they hit it to me. I told you about the perfect game or the no-hitter.
Yeah.
That never was. Yeah. Patrick Beverley, huh? I think Maxim got him. I think Bruce Brown is another good one, too, to your point, Whitey.
Mm-hmm.
But he's going to be right there.
He should be.
He's going to be right there.
Hard to tell in just 1 year, but he has that chance.
Patrick Beverley might be higher. I know Bruce Brown's a champ, but Bruce Brown, who's still playing, 8.7 points per game, 4.2 rebounds, 2.4 assists, 34% from 3.
I can almost hear some Kings fans screaming like, of course Max is going to be better than that.
They got to chill.
Yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, he should be.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I thought it was interesting because we did the same thing with Neek, and when you look at other 24th picks of the draft, it gives you a little bit more nuance to the conversation.
Right. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Synchronize your watches. It's time for Check It!
Mike check.
With TC. What's up, TC? How are you?
Man, I'm already. Hey, listen, I'm good. Mike check. Whitey, Allen, what's up? Drapes, I know you listening, bro. Hey, it's all love. Before I get started, it's all love, bro. This TC, we had our back and forth, bro, but you a good dude. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be up and up for you from here. If you don't come back or if you still here, bro, I respect your knowledge and I respect your mind, bro. You a good dude. Shout out to Kyle Drapes, man. This TC.
Very nice.
So,
TC,
listen,
do that tomorrow.
You know what? I got you. I just didn't know if I'll be able to talk to him. You know when he's in studio, Alan, y'all going to be running wild. I mean, got Drapes in there. Y'all might be having lunch. All type of stuff going on. All right. You know what I mean? PC ain't going to be able to get in. Come on, Alan. Cut that out. Hey, look. Look, man. So look, check it out. Scott Perry. What I took from that yesterday, Scott Perry is cutting it straight with everyone, and you got to respect it. That's why I've been calling, Alan. You know this. That's why you too, Whitey J. I've been calling about Scott Perry and the respect that I got for this dude to put this team together just based on how he moved. I know he a smooth talker, but he also a straight cutter. I'm going to come to you. Everybody that got up there yesterday said, I talked to Scott. He kept it 100 with me. Whether you felt vibes or not, in my opinion, Zack Lavine and Domas are gone, bro. I seen it all over their face, right? Listen, my boy is so real. He probably got at them yesterday. Hey, man, we working this summer to move on from y'all. We don't need to be breaking news and all that. I'm getting at y'all to let y'all know I'm working. So when something happens, I'm going to let y'all know. You get me? And listen, it goes deep with Scott Perry. So that just jumped out to me yesterday. So I want to hear him talk tomorrow with Doug and all that. And for Doug, I respect Doug coming back. That goes back to what I was talking about, him developing when I kept calling, when everybody said, TC, we got to win games. And I said, y'all we ain't watching the game the right way, right? The right way to be watching these last games is to find out, these last couple of months, to find out if those youngsters are developing. Are we developing some type of identity, run through the wall for you? And are these players developing? And Doug did that, bro. He did that. So you got to tip your hat to him. No matter how you feel about him, he got to work on his X's and O's. Oh, no, we just out here vibing basketball. That's not going to cut it next year. But as far as developing the main points, he did it, y'all. Mm-hmm. So get these dudes a shot, man. They're going to put a team together. That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you, TC.
TC.
Yeah. Come on, Alan.
What?
Gonna be able to get in tomorrow?
He's not wrong.
He's not.
Well, it's the Draper celebration tomorrow. We let it be tomorrow.
Yeah.
He's going to be in the building. Because I know, when it's you and you got Jay and Draper, hey, man, I'm going to let y'all cook. I'm going to let y'all cook. So, TC, we just save it all for tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I'm just kidding. Thank you, TC.
Some nice things about Doug.
Yeah.
Coach Christie. I need to hear Scott Perry say at least one nice thing about Coach Christie.
You're really on this.
I am.
Gonna go to the PC tomorrow?
You should go.
What
Put
time?
the pressure on him.
What time?
I think it's 10.
Okay. Probably not.
You should go.
I'll see what I can do.
You got this.
I should.
Because,
How about you?
Me, I'm running around.
I'm sorry? You what?
I'm running around. I got a lot going on.
Uh-huh.
But, one of us needs to represent. So you got it.
Okay.
You got it.
I would like to hear something, even if it says he really did a good job considering the circumstances with this or that or what. Anyway, we'll see. He's got his job. I guess that's what matters most, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We're not in the same business, but those checks clear, Whitey.
Mm-hmm.
That's respect enough, I guess.
Yeah. Bobby Marks, by the way, says these are the two things the Kings need. He's got a breakdown at ESPN of free agency and things teams need to do, things that teams need to do this offseason. He says two things the Kings need. Do you agree? A starting point guard and defensive identity. The Kings finished the season in the bottom of every defensive category, including transition points allowed, second chance points, 3-point percentage, and points per game allowed. I'll be honest with you. I thought it was worse than that.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. A starting point guard. Bobby Marks says that's one of the things the team needs.
Well,
they probably will have a shot at one.
Yeah. If they don't get it in the draft, are we going to we did all this. We had all these conversations about point guards and everyone saying, oh, man, don't get Schroeder. Don't get Schroeder. They get Schroeder. It didn't work out. So where do they go? Where do they go from here if they don't get? Is there any world where they don't get one in the draft? And I guess I'll tell you this much. If they did get one in the second round, I would actually be more so, depending on DeMar, because you can only keep one.
Yeah.
But if they did get one in the second round, I'd be more on board with bringing Westbrook back. I don't think you need to do it for a top pick, but if you got Debanza and then, like I said, you got my guy from Stanford or Bennett Sturts or somebody in the second
They got
round.
to take one, don't they? And I'm not saying they got to take one with their first pick, but they got to take one.
So I'd
Don't
be
they?
okay. Yeah, I think so too. So I would say that if you go in that direction, then fine. I don't think you need to do it if you get Darius Acuff. I think he can take care of it.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you one thing I do not miss is checking the odds on Tankathon every stinking day,
Yes, you do.
I do not miss that.
Yes, you do.
I do
Jay, Jay, that's how we were kicking it off every day, Jay.
I know. I'm glad we don't have to do that anymore.
And now we wait.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we can do.
Defensively, they need to get better, but that's not something that you just, we're going to get better in the offseason.
Right.
That does get down to, come down to, culture and the 7 pillars and 6 pillars. Pardon me. I keep thinking there's an extra pillar.
Well, it's defense.
That's not actually a pillar.
That's the defense.
Yeah. But that's why Doug kept preaching defense. He didn't really do that towards the end of the year, did he?
Mm-mm. Not the same. Not the same way.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know, defense, at the beginning it was defense as far as we need to be better as a team. Once it turned into, I don't know, would you say, guys, after the trade deadline, it turned into individual performances. So it really wasn't about the team defense improving because the season was cooked.
Yeah.
It was about it was the development thing. So that's why it's not that he cares about defense less. It's that there was no point in talking about team defense unless it was a team made up of the young players.
Yeah. By the way, the point guard that Alan keeps referring to is Ibuka Okori.
That's my guy.
6'2", 19 years old, averaged just under 24 a game for Stanford.
Where they got him going?
According to Tankathon, they've got him 33rd. The Kings have the 34th pick, and, of course, they also have that's their first pick, 34th and 45th. So, according to this, he'll be gone before the Kings get a shot at him with their second-round picks, but it's very close.
Where's he going?
They have him going to Brooklyn.
What is going on?
They have that shortage of point guards.
What is happening out there? You know what's so funny? Brooklyn's going to have the opposite issue like the upside down version of OKC, how OKC just doesn't have enough roster spots for their picks, but they're doing so well. Hey, we just can't afford it. Brooklyn just has so many bad picks that they just don't know what to do with them.
Right.
And they're just, I guess it's like we said, king of the hill, just to make the roster and figure out who's actually good enough to play in the NBA.
The season just ended, but here's one thing that is continuing for the Kings that I didn't expect to continue. This year, we talked about it all year long, how strange it was that you want to win, but you're better off losing and all of that. It makes sense, but at the same time, it's difficult when you're going through it as an observer, as a fan. Well, now you're in this offseason where, I admit it, Alan, there is a world where they might look at what the new rules are about lottery reform, and they may decide, hey, if we can't move the guys, we will have to make a run at it next year. They might, but we don't know. Again, we just don't know yet. What are they doing next year? We have to wait and see which way they're going.
Okay, but outside of giving up draft capital, right, to move somebody, like it wouldn't be Lavine this season, but that's what was talked about last season, or even Domas. Can you give me a clear-cut way when Keith Smith says, hey, you shouldn't worry about, and I know we talked about this a little bit when he was on, go check that out on YouTube, a clear-cut way of, hey, we're going to move on from Domas, and we don't care about the return. We just want to essentially clean the money. I think he has 2 more years left after this season. So the only way I'm thinking about it, Whitey, is a situation where, and we did this last week, you find 2 guys that are around $22 million, both expiring, and then you get off of it.
Have you found those guys? Not to put you
No,
on the spot.
that's my whole point.
Yeah.
That's my whole point.
Wasn't the whole problem with Toronto is that, all right, we want to get off of his money. And it's like, okay, you take Pirtle. Well, wait, then we're under all of his money.
Exactly.
What's the point from the Kings standpoint?
And it's the same money. It's about 40 whatever million, mid-4s. So it could be 4 guys at 10 million that are all expiring. But if they're not, and again, maybe you mix in there a young player. It doesn't have to be RJ Barrett, but maybe it's, hey, some of these guys are expiring, right? This guy's 15 million expiring. RJ, we are adding some money, but we think he fits our timeline better. So there's no clean way to do it, is my point. It's not as easy as because if last season they thought they could get a bit of value. This season, even if they're not trying to get value, it's still not going to be easy. You still have to take back that money. You're just trying to shorten the length of the contracts, essentially.
0, no chance whatsoever. 10, it's going to happen. Where in there, 0 to 10, how likely are they next year to go after a play-in or a playoff spot again?
Oh.
Hybrid rebuild. Right now.
8.
No.
Ocho.
No way.
ESPN the Ocho.
No.
That's what it is. 8, Jay.
I was going to say maybe a 3.
First I said a soft 7, and then I said, give me 8.
One of those European 7s?
Yeah, then I said, you know what? Give me 8. I think it's going to be difficult. Now, that doesn't mean that they'll keep everyone. Maybe they are able to move on from a DeMar or a Malik.
I just can't say 8 unless I think that it's their plan.
But why?
Because I know they don't want to do it, so I can't give it an 8.
You're not going to be able to flip all these guys. You're not. Now, maybe Zack Lavine. I was thinking about it driving in because we were messing around with Kyle Ledbetter. Cannot talk about that on air. But I was driving in, and when I was talking about yesterday, you know what, Whitey? 2 years for $25 million. 2 years at $50 million. You just split it if you really want to get out of Sacramento. So I'm driving in today, just thinking about my life. Bills almost due. I'm thinking, Alan, there's no way in the world you would push $25 million for another year of work if you could just take it. You wouldn't do it. And I thought about that. I'm thinking you'd have to really want to get out of Sacramento, even just for the extra year. So he can talk to his representatives. I'm pretty sure that conversation probably over.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's because of the precarious nature of his contract where he has an option, but he didn't come close to saying, I like it here.
No.
Nothing like that. Again, he didn't have to, and maybe it's because he's being coy, but, we heard a lot of, I like it here, I like this team, I like that, I like that. We didn't hear any of that from Zack Lavine.
No. Like I said, Lavine, Scott Perry, when he talks about Doug, they're keeping it real with us, and I find it refreshing.
Tony Ray Harvey does that, too.
Oh, yes, he
Tone's
does.
going to join us next with more on Monday's exit interviews. We roll on Drive Guys Sactown Sports.
Progressive knows you could have easily taken the freeway, but you took the scenic route to see a waterfall and an oddly busy boiled peanut stand. Discovering the unexpected is exactly why you bought an RV, so protect it with a bundle from Progressive. Because although you may be 3 hours behind schedule, you're 6 jars of jam richer and possibly enrolled in a butter churning workshop. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
A multi-billion-dollar settlement is paying claims for up to 21 years. If you were exposed to weed killers at work or at home, your rights are affected. If you or your family has or had non-Hodgkin lymphoma, you could receive $6,000 to $165,000 or more. This settlement impacts you even if you're not sick, because this blood cancer can take 10 to 15 years to appear. If you stay in the settlement, you give up your right to sue. Learn more at weedkillerclass.com or call 888-403-8201. Paid for by the Roundup Settlement.
Progressive knows that for business owners, vacations hit different. But hey, at least you finally took a vacation. And look at that. You only answered 53 calls, 84 emails, onboarded 1 new hire, and covered for Chris while he's out on paternity leave, and you did it all from a kayak. Because you, my friend, know how to relax. All right, you may not know how to take a day off, but you do know both your personal and business auto insurance needs can be covered in one place with Progressive. So at least that's relaxing, right? Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When life calls for a little extra, a kitchen upgrade, paying off debt, or that dream vacation, Valley Strong Credit Union is here to help. With a Valley Strong home equity loan, you can tap into your home's value with competitive rates, flexible terms, and local guidance you can trust. Get approved in as little as 5 minutes, with funding in as few as 5 days. Your goals are within reach. Visit valleystrong.com to get your offer today. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your possibilities. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 456506.
Is the crew on their way so we can fire up the grill?
Cabrito, arrachera. They're gonna love it.
Better go with birria and carne en su jugo. Classic Jalisco dishes with tradition.
That seasoning is great, but northern Mexican-style meat speaks for itself. Let's make both.
Deal. And to boost the flavor, ice-cold Pepsi. Its sweetness pairs perfectly.
And to go with it, flour tortillas.
And corn ones too. Hey, carne asada deserves Pepsi.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration. The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
And listen to The Drive Guys.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
Well, we got royalty in studio with us, Alan. Of course, tomorrow Kyle Draper comes in. And right now, I think he's on his way to the A's game, if I'm not mistaken. He's always covering something. He's been covering sports and goings-on in this community for many years. Tony Ray Harvey!
Right. All right.
How are you, T?
Kevin, Al's good to be here with you, yes.
Yeah. Number one Keaton Wagler fan,
right? Absolutely. You know, that's my University of Fighting Illini. So we're definitely looking forward to see, where he stacks up in this draft. As you know, he was one of the first freshmen to declare the draft a few days ago. So obviously his parents got a lot of information, to see where he could be, when this thing jump off. Caleb Wilson is in there now, but I'm looking for Keith. I mean, that was one of the exciting things for me to follow.
Yeah,
the team.
I think if it were up to you, the Kings would draft him. They'd draft Andrei Stojakovic.
Andre, yes, them Balkans, yeah. I'm not really too warmed up to the Kings drafting Keaton Wagler or Andre.
Okay, that's what I was going to say, because I saw you on X, and the way you said it, I was rereading and thinking, it sounds like Tone doesn't want the Kings to take Keaton Wagler.
Until they get this mess cleaned up, this culture of losing cleaned up. Yeah. Then a couple years ago, Al and I would have said, hey, let's do this. But right now, they got to get some things going, and I would like to see, these cats' development, climb up the ladder and things like that. But I'm just not seeing that. But also, what I said on X2, if General Manager Scott Perry had picked him up, hey, maybe that's the guy that they're looking for, to help things turn around. I'm not going to go against that. I do want to see him, with a good NBA team. No doubt about it, but man, what's going on right now with with the Kings? Come on now, I'm about to start my 26th year next season.
Yeah,
in this last 21 season, one playoffs. Things got to get better around here, and better for the community, better for the city, better for the fans, just better all the way around. But hey, if he does wind up here, that's a Scott Perry guy. It seems like to me. You're talking about all these interchangeable guys like you've been seeing with the Indiana Pacers. From last season, with Oklahoma City, 6'6", 180 pounds, definitely need to work on his body. I am talking about Keaton Wagler. That would be the starting point of where you have him. And I was just also talking to Alan.
No, Kevin, I hear, but I'm saying he could help that. He could
not that would be their starting backcourt, but I just envision him playing with somebody like a Nick Clifford.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, because you talking about 6'6", 6'7".
Let's get it going.
This is that Indianapolis thing that I say Indianapolis Pacers because I'm from that area, but that Scott Perry's been talking about since he's been here almost a year now, and that will be the starting point of that. Plowden and Maxim Reno. Okay, throw Devin Carter in there if you want.
By the way, Plowden's on the show a couple days from now too, right?
Jay? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah,
and
he's gonna be on.
Mixing it
maybe
in
with
those type of people.
Oh, okay. All right.
And Dylan Carwell, getting somebody like that. And I think, even, Kingston Flemings and, them type of players, that can come in here and be a part of that mix to build that foundation, that standard, that six pillars that they're talking about.
That's Tony Ray Harvey. Nice enough to join us in the studio. I know you asked at least one question. I heard you yesterday asked somebody a question. What do you have any takeaways from the exit interviews yesterday? Anything that really stood out to you?
Plenty.
Yeah.
Actually, even though things was kind of like scattered out as far as the interview, I think at one point we had a hour break and things like that, but everything was pretty much smooth.
Yeah.
A lot of straightforwardness, from some players, Zach, DeMar, of course, Russell, and as things was progressing too, Russell was open to come back here, and he does look like he has some coaching capabilities. That's just my opinion, and things like that from what we've been seeing and what I've been seeing, behind the scenes in the locker room, things like that. Then, with Keegan coming out, and because we hadn't spoke to him in a while too, that was definitely an interesting conversation though. But across the board, I think I was there about 4 hours. Because I was trying to get out early before I went to the A's game, but it worked out.
You shouldn't even have gone to the A's game last night. Oh man,
what's his name? Jake Berger.
Boom.
First inning, okay, and then he comes back in the second inning. He knocked one.
Double burger. Yeah.
And who was it on the mound? Savarino. All right, we calmed down after that. And then in the eighth inning. I know we talking about the Kings. Then in the eighth inning, they jumped all over Jack Perkins and stuff, but they had like 5 hits and 4 runs in that eighth inning. Something happened too, because Jack Perkins wasn't doing all that bad. One of the umpires get hit. And,
yeah,
I think this was.
I forgot about. I saw that live That was pretty crazy. I mean,
it
he
looked
got
like I
hit
hit right in the ball bag there, Alan.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
And, they had won the last 5 games, thing like that. I was looking forward to them winning that game, though. But, coming back from East Coast like that, I'm not, they are professionals and they do understand that. But you coming back in that, your own environment, you trying to get back in your own bed and things like that. It does kind of shake things up. Let's just see what they happen tonight. Though.
Long season,
yeah.
But definitely a great conversation, with those gentlemen yesterday, and of course we got Doug Christie and Scott Perry tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
Then I can really chill out too and just see what happens, with workouts and things.
Mm-hmm.
Tom, what's your best guess? Obviously, you're there and they're saying what they're saying. We can only take them for their word. But just a vibe check from yesterday. And I know we're going to, like you said, we're going to hear from Doug and Scott Perry as well. But if you were to guess, and we just kind of lump them in as the vets,
yes,
how many of the vets do you think will be back next season?
Well, now hey, that's a good question though. But Zack Lavine, and I'm saying this personally and professionally, seems like he's open to come back. Okay, if he can get out of here on the first train smoking or the first horse galloping out of here, he's out of here. DeMar DeRozan, that's a question mark. That's a good one too, because I know he's on the books for $25 million, $10 million guaranteed. So that's a possibility too. I don't know. I'm just this is just coming from me personal. I could see him not coming back here, but I can see him coming back as well.
Domas to me sounded like, I really like it here, but I'm not sure I'm going to.
He pretty much made that clear. That was his declaration, basically. And the thing about it is like, I got something to show you guys. When I get back to who I am, I'm this, this all-star caliber, type center. You guys know who I am. Yeah. He got something to prove. And he could be moving on as well. And I could see that too. I mean, you got one guy coming off the bench who was a free agent, signed as a two-way, got a standard contract, really showing what he can do on the defensive end, Scott Perry. All right. Then you got this other 42nd round pick that you've been speaking about today, out of Stanford, really showing some promise for the future. Is going to get better, going to get stronger in this game. You can move on from somebody from DeMontis. Now, I like to see DeMontis come back too, and help them develop a little bit more, but it just doesn't seem like that's in the card, and they're carrying an albatross of contracts.
Yeah.
Going into next season too. But hey, I don't see all these veterans coming back, Hal.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny the way you say that, because I never really thought about it this way. And I get it. These guys making more money than a lot of us will ever even fathom. But there is a level of, if you're Domas, and you've seen him give that warrior cry on the court. I mean, he'll show his emotions, and the dude wants to win. If you're Domas, you struggled all season to stay healthy, right? You got no disrespect, but you got a 42nd overall pick, and you got an undrafted dude in Dylan Cardwell, and he sees all the chatter. Number one, he was in trade talks. Number two, what the Raptors, you hear about what your value is. You got to think, to your point, Tone, I don't know who he's trying to prove something to, whether it's the Kings or the fan base or the rest of the NBA, but you got to think he feels some level of disrespect. I mean, this is crazy now.
It's understood. It's
right?
understood. And that's the same thing I was thinking, is like, you guys not, treat me right. You wait till I get a chance to get back on that court with the Kings or anybody.
Right.
I got something to show you. He's eager. He's anxious. He's waiting. But that is a good point, though. There does seem like there's a little level of disrespect coming from his perspective.
Yeah.
Okay, of course he's not going to come out and say it because he is a professional and things like that, but the writing is on the wall, definitely. And we knew that around trade deadline. I mean, and that question was posed to Scott Perry after the trade deadline, is like Scott was really only concerned about what he was getting back and what he could use in the future. It's just the same way with DeAndre Hunter. You're off the books after next season. I have something to work with. That was the same thing, too. And I don't think that they want to mess with Pirtle at all because he had a few more years on that contract.
Right. You don't
He was willing to, unload DeMontis.
Yeah.
But also I have to think in terms of, what's best for this organization going forward, and that was not going to work.
Yeah.
And I know, DeMontis and his agent or whoever, they're sitting back here seeing how all this thing, kind of unravel. It's like, well, at some point, it looked like they're going to be moving on.
Yeah. Did the Kings actually get anything accomplished this year? We'll answer that when we come back with more. Tony Ray Harvey next on Sactown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
DQ presents the Blizzard Double Flip Deal. For a limited time, when you buy one Blizzard treat, you get a second for just 99 cents. That's 2 Blizzards, 2 spoons, 2 flavors, and 2 flips. So don't miss out on the Blizzard Double Flip Deal, available only for a limited time and happening now at DQ. Because the only thing better than a Blizzard treat is a second Blizzard treat for just 99 cents. It's a deal to flip for. The Blizzard Double Flip Deal. Get it in the app. Participation may vary.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
A multi-billion-dollar settlement is paying claims for up to 21 years. If you were exposed to weed killers at work or at home, your rights are affected. If you or your family has or had non-Hodgkin lymphoma, you could receive $6,000 to $165,000 or more. This settlement impacts you even if you're not sick, because this blood cancer can take 10 to 15 years to appear. If you stay in the settlement, you give up your right to sue. Learn more at weedkillerclass.com or call 888-403-8201. Paid for by the Roundup Settlement.
Spring is here, and warmer days are right around the corner. Before the heat hits, call Brower Mechanical. Right now, when you purchase a new high-efficiency AC system, you can choose a water heater or a whole house fan for just $1, or get your AC professionally tuned up for just $89. Don't wait until your system breaks down during the heat. Brower Mechanical, where quality meets comfort. 916-352-3113. Residential and commercial HVAC sales and service. License number 1081055.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, a Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's going on for the Declaration of Deals sales event?
There's nothing more American than a Jeep. And with the Declaration of Deals, now is the time to get your hands on the ultimate factory-certified off-road machine, the new 2026 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, when you save up to $7,500 off MSRP.
Those Jeeps are pretty cool, and that's the best savings yet.
But Hoblet is more than Jeeps. With the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter, you can save big on over 180 vehicles and almost 40 under $20,000. Not to mention the award-winning customer service you get at this fifth-generation dealer.
Don't wait. Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet. Period. $7,500 total net savings on select new 2026 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon after $1,500 factory rebates and $6,000 dealer discount. Rebates may include $500 military or first responder bonus cash for eligible members. 3 of this net savings. Sample VIN 205698. See dealer for details.
Malik Monk plays here.
Started left, goes right, steps back, launches the 3. Nothing but net. Oh, that was just filthy. Oh my, that was sweet.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to carshield.com. That's carshield.com today.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
What is it, boy? Someone need help? Someone in trouble?
Oh, okay. So you just want me to get Progressive Auto Insurance because their collision coverage covers up to $1,000 in vet bills if you're injured in an accident? That's it? Okay, calm down. Let's not resort to name calling.
Progressive's collision coverage helps pay for care for your pet when they're in the car during an accident.
No, you're right. Sorry, I shouldn't have said calm down.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage included with purchase of collision coverage and subject to policy terms.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to carshield.com. That's carshield.com today.
Running a business takes grit, vision, and a partner who believes in your success as much as you do. At Valley Strong Credit Union, business banking is built around you. The entrepreneurs, the growers, the dreamers, powering our community. Whether you need flexible checking, faster payments, or financing to take your next big step, Valley Strong brings local expertise and real relationships to every stage of your business. Because when local businesses thrive, the whole valley grows stronger. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your business, grow your future. ValleyStrong.com/business.
With Popeye's new $6 faves menu, you can get this 3-piece chicken, this 3-piece tenders, this chicken sandwich, or these 2 regular sides for just $6 a piece. I know you can't see what I see, but trust me, those bold Louisiana flavors look so good, you might just have to get them all. Now there's an idea.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Price may vary. Terms apply.
Country in the Park is back. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo. Miranda Lambert. John Party. Chris Young. Turnpike Troubadours. Dylan Scott and more. Line dancing live DJs, Mechanical Bulls, huge festival area, and food trucks. Tickets start at only $68. Country in the Park. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo with N&S Tractor and Case Construction and Courtyard by Marriott Sacramento Cal Expo. More info at CITVFest.com.
KHD-KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. Visit SactownSports.com and join the Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter.
When life calls for a little extra, a kitchen upgrade, paying off debt, or that dream vacation, Valley Strong Credit Union is here to help. With a Valley Strong home equity loan, you can tap into your home's value with competitive rates, flexible terms, and local guidance you can trust. Get approved in as little as 5 minutes, with funding in as few as 5 days. Your goals are within reach. Visit valleystrong.com to get your offer today. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your possibilities. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 456506.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app. Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
We got Tony Ray Harvey with us. Tony's been covering the Kings since they were the Rochester Royals, right? Haven't you?
Yeah, I was there. I was there. I remember what type of hot dogs and popcorn they were selling at the convention center.
Cracker Jacks and all that.
Cracker Jacks, yes, right there. And they were, you could at halftime you could win a whole soup bowl or something.
Not nice. Nice. Those were the days. You could have your red panda. Give me a soup bowl. Yeah,
that's right.
Uh-huh.
So, how did you think everything played out, or were you surprised at all at the Doug Christie report before there? And what was it? Was that Sunday when that came out? Yeah, that came out Sunday. And the Kings are going to retain Doug Christie. Were you surprised at how it came out in this report form?
Yeah, I was surprised how it came out, but I wasn't really surprised that they were bringing him back.
Yeah.
I think Doug has did everything that they have asked him to do, despite, a 22-60 record. It seemed like there was some cohesion in that locker room, and a lot of that had to do with him and his coaching staff, keeping everything kind of glued.
And I think he deserves at least some credit for the fact that some of the younger players developed the way they did.
I have to give him a credit and a lot of credit to General Manager Scott Perry, because he's the one who put this thing together.
And this whole staff.
We could look at the top-heavy part of it, but when you look at the stuff that he had control over, what he could do, bringing in Maxim and drafting Neek, Plowden, became a staple starter as well. And, of course, Dylan Cardwell, all right, giving Devin Carter, some time on the court, even though, there was a lot of injuries, in place. But between those two, Scott and Doug, those things that, they can look forward to, that those are, our beginnings that, we can move forward with that and Precious Achua too, but, with this foundation that's going forward, and hopefully, they get the pick that they want out of the draft, but putting all those things together to try to move forward, that was a positive experience. And I did enjoy, watching them. To me, and I noticed this too in the last game when they were playing Portland, they look like they know what they're doing. I'm talking about the young players out on the floor, okay? Because I know during that 16-game losing streak, no. And then Doug had a chance to win that game, but he needed to do it with the veterans. Those players couldn't do that at that time. Mm-hmm. But when you look now I believe they know, the systematic way of trying to, get those wins, down the stretch. They can pull those type of wins. That's what I learned about that Portland game. It's like, okay, y'all look like y'all know what y'all doing now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Those players that they brought in, of course, he was able to get that first-round pick and got Neek, and then got Maxim in the second round. That was just like the start of the foundation, putting things together for their standards, for that pillar platform that they always talk about.
One of the things we like to do, we'll probably do it the rest of this week, maybe into next week, end of season awards. We call them the Beamies for the Kings that did this or that or the best game. We haven't really gotten into it yet, but we'll get into that. But I wanted to give you the chance here to give the Tony Ray Harvey the Beamie Award for the player who for you was the best interview. The most forthright, the most engaging, the most informative. One King, if you had to, not put you on the spot, but if you had to do that for one King this year, who in your professional opinion was like, this was the guy who brought it for you and for the media every time he could, every chance he had, who would you give the award
Actually, it's a tie, but I have to go with DeMar DeRozan. He had always been up front with us on everything, whether, what he was going through, mentally or what's happening, behind the scenes. He never – none of them really lashed out of. I know, with the Russell Westbrook thing like that, but I just really like the way he handled us, as far as being the media, and he was just so professional about it, and that was one of my big takeaways. And I bumped into him a couple times, and I was like, man, I know it's been a rough season, and you didn't come here and sign on to this, but man, you have really kept it together, and it seemed like everybody else has helped you kept it together, and you helped them keep it together. As they was talking about, when they go out and order dinners or whatever, with the young people and how they react to that. DeMar has just been nothing but a special human being. That Beamie Award.
But you said a tie. You said a tie. So who would he share it with?
Maxim Reno.
Maxim
Reno, okay.
Uh-huh.
Willing to talk to us. Really smart when he's felt like he was being set up for a question. So
yeah, I saw some of that. I know. I had some of that with him when on media day when I asked him, "Did you think you were going to get picked sooner?" He's like, "I didn't say that." And I said, "Yeah, but you thought you were going to get picked sooner." He's like, "I never said that." Yeah, he was like,
Maxim
"No."
Reno. Yes. Just, of course, he likes to talk. And he likes to talk in English, and that helps him out a lot too. But he was just so really comfortable with us, never too high, never too low. So I really would call him a distant first, to DeMar DeRozan, just the way, his demeanor, his professionalism.
Can we split it? Is that all right? We split
Yeah.
All
Let's put them both there.
Co-beamies for the interviewee of the year.
Both there, DeMar and Max. Enjoyed working with them, and that's what it is. You have a working relationship with the media, and those two was really well.
Very nice.
And if there was a second place finisher, Malik Monk.
Well, yeah, you can always.
Definitely
he's always
Malik
a favorite.
Monk.
Yeah.
You can always just
put everything out on the line. Everything. As a matter of fact, we had a little exchange off the camera yesterday doing that, but it's all good and plays. It's just Malik being Malik.
Yeah. All right.
I love him.
Well, thank you for coming in, Tone. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes. And thanks for handing out the first of our beamies.
Oh, was I the first?
That's right.
I'm definitely looking forward to see how everybody else will react to that too. But it's always a pleasure to come here and talk to you, gentlemen. I think this is my first time with you, though, Alan. I know I was on the show with you and Chris a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So,
Time flies.
Man, is it?
We'll come back with today's Kevin 7. If you're one of these 7 college hoop stars, do you stay in college or declare for the draft? We'll look at that when we come back. Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
A's fans, the 2026 season is here, and single game tickets are on sale now. Be there for an exciting season, packed with theme days, giveaways, and fireworks nights, including bobbleheads, jerseys, hats, and much more. And getting in is easier than ever. Tickets start at just $8 for select April and May games. From opening day to unforgettable summer nights, there's something for everyone at the ballpark. Get your tickets today at athletics.com/tickets and be part of the excitement this 2026 season.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
This is the sound of Jack, buzz cutting his way to a small fortune. To Jack, every time he cuts his own hair, that's $50 right in his pocket. If Jack sees DIY buzz cuts as a saving strategy, Wells Fargo is right behind him. And with their mobile app, tracking his savings is easy. Oh, ouch. However you make money work, we can work with that.
Mobile carriers' message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration. The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Alan Stiles is excited about something. What's up, Alan?
Man, It's been tough, but Willie Adames, after breaking that home run, that 30 home run drought for Barry last season, Willie Adames in the leadoff spot, nobody talk about it because, Tony Vitello, let's joke about what he says in the pressers. He put Willie Adames at leadoff, and the dude has been cooking. The Giants are still losing. Robbie Ray gave up 2 solo shots at Great American Small Park, but Willie Adames in the top of the 5th goes ding-dong Donkey Kong as the Giants are about to come back and take the lead, Whitey.
But they're losing.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. Tony Ray
Why
Harvey.
have that? Excuse my apologies, Whitey. Why don't you have that up? Is it up in the?
I don't really see. Look, I told y'all I get in trouble. I don't touch the remotes. when Ramsey here, I'm like, hey Ramsey, can you come change the channel? When Kyle's here, I'm like, can you change the channel? Every time, something goes down.
You don't want to break the frame.
They say, Alan,
you're like a gremlin.
They
you
like,
break stuff
they say, Alan, did you touch something? No, bro. Oh, there we go. Hey, thanks, Jay.
Hey, can I say something?
What's up, Tom?
Tony Ray Harvey, we got him to stay. Thank you for
no problem. But shout out to Kyle Drapers, though, because I just, got that news myself, this morning, and I was pretty much disappointed. And I run into him. I see what he's doing. I hear what he's doing. He's going into these county jails, Shannon, trying to inspire people, who are less fortunate and trying to get them going and out in the community and doing all this type of stuff. And then I know his love and his passion, for the job that he does in communications. And then this has to happen. But I know he's going to, land on his 2 feet. But it's been great working with him for the last six years, whether it was down there at the television station or here at the radio station, with you, Kevin. But just a class act, as well as Mark Jones. So heard about that little news, too. And I have learned so much about them as far as their delivery, their articulation, their professionalism. These just 2 great guys, and I've learned so much from them, and I wish nothing but the best for them and their families, especially Kyle Draper.
Yeah, and Drapes will be in tomorrow. Should be joining us tomorrow.
I'll be definitely listening in to that.
Looking forward to that. Give him a chance to say his thank yous, his farewells, whatever it is he wants to say. I have a chance to do that here.
Yeah. Whitey, you said you had the Kevin 7?
Yes, I do have. Today it's time for today's Kevin 7, which is NBA draft themed for you. We have that coming up. Let me know when you get that ready, Jay. We're all good here. Today we take a look at 7 players. This is from The Athletic. 7 players who are probably going to be selected pretty high in the NBA draft, at least in the first round. But they also have the option of staying in school. So should they stay? Should they go? That's today's Kevin 7 for you. We'll start with, let's see here, Morez Johnson from Michigan. The Athletic has, in their mock, they have him going 22nd. 13.1 points, 7.3 rebounds, 1.1 blocks per game. So what do you think if you're Morez Johnson? Another key factor, as you've pointed out, Alan, you're one of these players who may go in the 20s in this draft. You come back next year, you could be a really high draft pick.
Yeah, and I will say this. When I look at some of these NIL numbers, they might not all be getting, I guess, they might not all be getting kind of recorded properly, but they're not the same as NBA contracts. Let's make that very clear. These guys aren't making $20 million in school. They're making millions, but they're not making $20 million. And the reason I bring that up, Whitey, is because you said he's slotted to go where?
They have him 22nd.
Okay, at 22nd, his contract would be, and I know they're club options, so it gets weird towards the end of the years, but his contract would be, his total value at 22nd would be $16.7 million. Obviously, it would be a lot more if he comes back and gets drafted again.
Right.
So you make that decision. It's a tough one. At 22nd, you figure he's at Michigan. So he might be looking at $4 million realistically in NIL. I'm going back to school.
Are you? I thought you were going the other way.
I'm close, but I'm going to go back to school.
All right.
Well, for reference, he was in Illinois, and then he went into the portal to get more money.
Oh.
Okay? And I'm so happy for him, too, because, he's a Chicago native as well. So, depending on what it looks like, he might return.
These 7 players, by the way, pardon me, Tone, I'm sorry, they're They're all players who would have a pivotal impact in college next season if they go back to college, and they're listed in alphabetical order. So Morris Johnson, we have Alan Stausis. Stay in school. Stay in school.
Just real quick, Whitey, because I do think it's important because everybody just thinks that these kids are getting all this money. This is from Fox Sports. AJ DeBansa, they have him slated again. If it's all recorded correctly, I don't know. They have AJ DeBansa number 1, $4.1 million. JT Toppin number 2, $2.8. Yaxel Lendabord, $2.3. So you can see it descends from there. So you're not turning it down to get $10 million in school. I just want to make that clear to people.
Okay. Monteas Crivas. Is that one of your guys, or am I confusing him?
Sounds like it. It certainly sounds like it.
Arizona center. The Athletic mock draft has him going 28th. Last year, 10.4 points, 8.2 rebounds. He had great teammates next year, Burries and Bradley and Koa Pete.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get maybe as many opportunities, didn't get as much credit for Arizona's Final Four run. Lithuanian centerpiece of a defense that ranked top 5 nationally. Opponents made just 36.7% of their shots when he was on the floor. What do you think, Alan?
Wait, is that my point guard?
No, this is a center.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going into the draft.
You are?
Yeah, because there were so many.
Doesn't offer much floor spacing potential.
I'm going. I'm taking. He's getting. Why do you said 28? That's $14.2 million. He played with a really good team, right?
Yes.
I don't know. It's about your ceiling. I don't know if he's gonna play better. I know it's a lesser draft, but I don't know. You know me and centers, Whitey. You're not shooting threes as a center. Don't talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
So
What
take
do
the
you think,
14 mil.
Well, first of all, those Arizona teams always have a whole bunch of players, and it seems like somebody get lost in the shuffle like that. But that guy right there, I really do like him too, as well as Court Pete. I have some ties to him as well. But so far so good. But that he
stay in school. You're gonna get picked much higher.
I'm just going to the draft and just
okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Because Whitey,
because it's not really heavy centered.
Yeah, because 30 you're at 14 mil. Up until 20 you're at 17 mil. So unless you think you really cracking a different situation.
Third, we got another center from Michigan, of course, Ade Mara. Yeah, he is, according to the Athletic mock, they have him going 27th. 12.1 points, 6.8 rebounds, 2.4 assists, 2.6 blocks per game. His stock surged during the run to the national title. Did you capitalize on that, or do you figure next year the run will continue?
Back to school.
Really?
Back to school.
Why is that?
Because exactly what, again, his
truly
ceiling.
One of the best shot blockers I could ever remember seeing in college basketball.
He could legitimately go top 10 next season. So that's why I'm going back to school.
What do you think, Tone?
I'm gonna agree with Alan Stiles on that. But that guy, he got some talent though, and you do want those type of rim protectors, on your team too. So let's see what happens with that.
Yeah.
One more season. What season him?
Yeah.
If you will.
15 assists in the Wolverines' first 3 postseason games.
Dang.
Great passer.
Jokic?
How about Braylon Mullins?
Oh my gosh.
From UConn, projected to go 18th. 12 points, 3.5 rebounds, 33.5 3-point percentage. Had an injury-riddled start to his freshman season, and his overall percentages weren't quite as sterling as you might expect. Alan, what do you think for Braylon Mullins?
He did have a good season, though. Because it's
If he
all about
returns, he'd be one of the featured weapons on a preseason top 5 team.
We're looking at 19.3 mil. Back to school.
I think I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
He's a borderliner, with me too. But I think another year would do him well though. But that guy can shoot.
Yeah.
I think for what it's worth, I think he's going to go higher than 18 if he does come out. But
how high do you think he might go?
I thought he could go, anywhere from 12 to 9 to 12, right?
If you're going to go that high, you might as well just. But you think he should go back to school?
I'm telling you, he was hot.
Yeah.
He was hot.
Many into that tournament.
Yeah, he was.
Patrick Gongba, center, Duke. The Athletic has him going 20th. 10.1 points, 5.8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1.1 blocks per game. He suffered a stress fracture in his right foot late in the season and missed 5 games and played limited minutes once he returned to the NCAA tournament. Does have a history of injuries. Kings.
In honor of Drapes, at 20, you're at $17.7 million. Come on now, big fella.
Yeah.
Come on now, big fella. There's no, you don't need to go back. Not
Especially with
that
the injury history.
Yeah, get that 17
Exactly.
and
Get
go.
that money.
Yeah.
He's a physical specimen too. He was banged down there. Boy, oh man, he was the shadow to Cam Booth.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, he was one of the breakout sophomores in the sport this season. We have Tyler Tanner, point guard, Vandy, 19 points, 19 and a half points, 5.1 assists. The Athletic has him going 29th, a former zero-star recruit, evolving into one of the most electric two-way guards in college basketball.
$14.1 million, guys, going back to Vandy, or he probably enters the transfer portal, which means he could go get some real money at, I know Vanderbilt got money, but you can get some Michigan money, something like that. Whitey, back to school.
Yeah, for me, I think I heard y'all colleague Kayla Anderson talking about him too. I didn't get a chance to see a lot of him this last season. I'm gonna stand pat on that. I'm gonna stay in the middle on that.
Yeah. I mean, if you're picked 29th, there's no guarantee you even make a team. I mean, there never is, but next year, stay in school. Is that where you're going, Alan?
Yeah.
Stay in school, be a higher pick next year.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's easy work.
Mm-hmm.
That's easy work.
Mm-hmm. Center from North Carolina, Henry Visar, 17 points, 8.7 rebounds, 2.1 assists. The mock for the Athletic has him going 32nd. He's another shot blocker and very good passer. 7-foot Estonian, legitimate three-point shooter. Shot better than 40%.
With Michael Malone coming to town, assuming he stays, back to school.
I see him going back to school.
Yeah. How come so many of these guys? It's at least 4 or 5 of them.
minute.
You think they should stay in school when?
Well, there's some big schools, which
Yeah.
means I know I read off the NIL numbers, but that is pretty hardy NIL money, and it's all about where you think you're gonna fall. Do you feel like you've reached your ceiling or not? That's why I struggled with Braylon Mullins, because I feel like he had such a good season.
Mm-hmm.
There's also another side of this where you don't play as well next season and it doesn't work out. So the guys that it feels safer, or if the difference makes sense, I would go back to school. If you're arguing between, $2 million between, I could be 20th or I could be 28th, but then you are going to risk injury, I would just go.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we said, the Duke Center to go. Mullins is probably the toughest one. I don't know. I truly don't know what he should do.
Mm-hmm.
I know I said back to school, but, it depends. You see people talking about, and I know they changed the amount of time where you can declare but then come back to school. Right. It's not as tight as it once was. But, yeah, his camp is going to be telling him you could go top 10, but that doesn't mean he's going to. That doesn't mean that, right? And he probably will go top 10 next season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think it could hurt him if he does go back. But if he comes out, we'll see, though. But he's one heck of a player. I definitely learned that, too. And I know he's, Indiana High School Player of the Year. That's big when you come out of the state.
And the decision that the players have to make is based on, obviously, more information than what we provided, because they're hearing from, they've got people, maybe even NBA people telling you, oh, yeah, we love you a lot, and you're going to go here. This is the lowest you'd go, things like that.
Yeah.
In reality.
Whitey, what was he slated at? 18, right?
18, according to the Athletic mock.
Yeah, 18, that's $19 million, guys. Let's say his camp is right, and he cracks the top 5. We're talking $40 million.
If he
you
returns,
know what I mean?
Yeah. He could build out a skinnier frame to help him be more effective on defense, finishing through contact. And as I said, if he returns, he'd be one of the featured weapons on a preseason top 5 team, maybe get back to the Final Four.
Yeah, it's your show, baby. That's what Hurley's saying. Hey, it's going to be your show if you stay.
Probably.
Hey, you got $40 million waiting for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's such a weak draft next season, I think if it was the opposite, like if I were in the 2025 draft, and I'm sure some guys thought about this, the 2025 draft, let's go now. Because word on the street is that 2026 draft, it ain't going to help you.
Mm-hmm.
It's the opposite if you are kind of on the cusp this season.
Yeah, you can read all about that in The Athletic, and that's the Kevin 7 for today. Tony Ray Harvey is with us today. Tony Ray Harvey is a Illinois guy, so he loves Katon Wagler, but he's not sure he wants to see Katon Wagler come to Sacramento.
No.
Come on, Tone.
Who do you think of the players who do you think is the best fit for the Kings?
Okay, if it was me, I know what Scott Perry is looking for. I really do like Kingston Flemings.
You think he's looking for a point guard, huh?
I really well. If we're getting there,
yeah.
An A cuff along with Wagler, but when you try to move up the ladder, Caleb Wilson, of course AJ Devonsa, and I still like Cam Boozer. Those type of players. I think they would fit too. Because I'm just thinking that either the Kings, they definitely need a point guard, and they definitely could use another big man. So those right around those areas. But it's going to be really tough, though, because you got at least 10 picks up in there that, you can move some things around there, though. But
yeah. If you got a shot at a guy that you think could really be a transformational player,
yes,
you end up you're fortunate enough to pick somewhere where that guy's there. I think regardless of the position he plays, you got to take him. And then if he's a forward, if it's Devonsa, whomever, we'll figure out the point guard stuff later. But we got it. We can't pass on a guy that we feel could be a generational talent.
Right, and I know that's what they're looking for, a franchise changer for years to come. So let's see what happens with there. But there's a couple options, a few options that I can go with, but right now that's where I'm at. And we're going to find out May 10th anyway.
By the way, with 3 minutes 2 seconds left in the now we're in the second quarter. Hornets leading the Heat 30-26. So we got a ball game.
Wow,
the first play-in game.
The Bam Adebayo not on course for 80-plus points. Okay, just want to make that clear. LaMelo sitting at 11. Our guys at 11 points, 1 for 3 from three-point land. They're keeping Con Kneppel in check. He is 0 for 4 from three-point land. Hey, Tone, the lights were brighter than I expected, Tone. Miles Bridges, 10 points, 2 for 2 from three-ball land. And the Heat, you have Bam with 6 points, Wiggins with 7, and, Khalil Ware with 3. So it's going to be a good one. Davion Mitchell, 4 points, 2 for 4 from the field.
It's a big stage for the Hornets, huh?
It is.
Because they haven't been here. So, and they've been looking really, really good. And that's going to be another team to be looking out for the future. But I'm glad they made it there, though, because I always liked that cat after Cooper Flagg. And, man, he's proven to be just that.
Well, it's so funny, guys. We were talking about the play-in. And the play-in can give you so many different feelings depending on how you got there. Like the Warriors don't even want to be there. You know what I mean?
It's funny you say that because to your point real quickly here, you had Coach Spoelstra saying, you just got to embrace it. They're in it all the time.
Oh, they love it.
And he says, you just got to wrap yourself around it.
Right.
Yeah.
When you're on the ascent, it feels a lot different than if you kind of descended there. So the Warriors are kind of on the descent, at least this season with the injuries. But I'm sure in Charlotte, it's popping in there because, they haven't had an opportunity for any type of basketball. I would even say, I know that we wanted things to go differently, but let's talk about when it was Kings Warriors right after Beam Team. I think a lot of people were still excited. They didn't want it to happen like that. But, hey, we get a chance against the Warriors and ultimately don't get in. But it can give you different feelings now. And now when we hear from, I think Scott Perry, to paraphrase, he said, we don't want to be a
Perry phrase.
Yeah, to Perry phrase, we don't want to be a team in the play-in every season. So it's different where you kind of guys, you want the play-in to be a stop. Right? You don't want it to be where the ride ends. You get on BART.
You want it to be the
you just
takeoff ramp.
I'm at Montgomery.
I'm
keep going to the airport.
Yeah.
I don't want to get off at Montgomery. You just want to keep going.
Well, it's like Jay pointed out many times. If it had gone backwards for the Kings, they had the Beam Team year, and then the next 2 years were play-ins.
Right.
If you'd switched those, it would have felt like, oh, this is great. But instead it felt like, well, the 3 seed, and now they're in the play-in 2 years ago.
Yep. But right now, if you look at the play-in teams, I think even, dare I say, the Suns, the Suns thought they were going to be cooked, and
everybody
obviously,
thought they were going to be cooked.
Yeah, they thought that they, not having these top picks, they lose KD and Bradley Beal. They're probably pretty excited to be in this position. Now they're a higher play-in, so they get 2 cracks at it. But, the play-in is so funny because every team, it represents something different.
Well, I look at it like, Miami got that experience of being in the play-in and going all the way to the finals.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I would look at that as an advantage. Okay. We done made it happen.
That's
we
that
can
heat
do
culture,
it again.
Tone.
That's
Yeah.
that heat culture.
I'm tired of that. I'm so tired of
It's there, though, man. It's real. That's reality.
So we'll see what the Hornets can do. Then I got to rush home to see my hybrid rebuild battle between the Blazers
I'm looking
and the
forward
Suns.
to that game.
Speaking of.
Yeah. I'm wondering how the Warriors are looking at, as you said, the plan is different things for different teams. They got to look at it as like, we're back in this again.
Yeah.
Even if we win, then who do we have to play if we get out of it?
They got OKC.
Yeah.
And that's what they said.
They did the obscure tanking this season anyway.
Yeah, they
Warriors.
trying to.
So they all right. They whatever.
They're trying to get that stimulus package from Adam Silver. We lost. Give us AJ. We're going to flip them for
That's what I'm
Giannis.
thinking.
Yeah.
Okay,
They
because
trying to get
what they
that
did last
stimulus.
week, to take all the eyes off the King, off of them, and what they were saying about the Kings. What are you guys over here doing? It look like y'all tanking too.
Exactly.
Warriors.
No one pointed that out. The Warriors have tanked hard in the past, and they've benefited from it. Okay,
wasn't trying to
but
move
then
up.
Don't point your crooked finger at another team who was not tanking and say, "Oh, look at that! There's no reason for them to do what they're doing."
Yeah. That's how I look at it too. I'm looking at the game. I was at that game last Wednesday, and it certainly didn't look like a tank job to me.
Are you sad when the season's over, Tone, or is like, okay, finally?
Thank goodness this season's over. Oh my God! Thank heavens! Oh my.
Where's this one ranked, Tone? All the years you covered the Kings. Where's this one ranked?
You just had to ask, didn't you?
For the tough, one of the worst.
It is the worst.
Really?
It is the worst. And I sat through that 17 and 65 season, 2009, 2010? But this is the worst. No, that was 2008, 2009. This is the worst because just, the drama of
Wasn't last year in some ways worse? I know they were more competitive, but
it was, when people start dropping like flies, on the injury side, things like that, and
from the jump too.
From the jump, I kind of knew it wasn't going to get better than that. It just got really deflating after that. So this to me is my worst season to cover.
Do you guys think the Kings can look back on this year and honestly say, well, it was not the year we were planning, but we did get anything accomplished?
I don't think you can say that until you figure out where you're drafting. And that's been the larger issue with the fighting that we've done with my favorite Texer, Scott, and others, just win, win, win.
It is Scott.
We don't know how it's going to end up, but if you leave a season like this with the 6th pick, you're going to think, man, we went through all that for a sixth pick.
Well, see, the pushback on that would be, well, wait, they could get a really good player at 6.
Sure. We'd have to wait. But a really good player versus a generational player, if they are. We've gone back and forth with
Scott
this draft.
Perry got last year with the 42nd pick, the greatest player in the history of 42nd picks, according to some.
Well, making lemons out of lemonade ain't the same as.
Hey man, I like that pick.
No, hold on now. Hold on.
I do.
No, you can make you can make.
It might be.
But I would tell you this much: you can make a piece of flank steak taste really, really good, but it ain't Wagyu.
I got
you see what I'm saying?
You can make lemons out of lemonade, but it's not Chateaubriand.
That's what I'm saying. You got Champagne France, whatever you need. So it's different to say we made something out of the 6th pick, but somebody over there is saying, we can look at that for this season too. There's one Cooper Flag, and Mavericks got lucky. We get it, but you didn't get him, right? I mean, Katon is great, but there's one Cooper Flag. So the Hornets still hit. But that ain't Cooper Flag.
Considering where they drafted last year, wow, that's a home run, right?
Yes.
24th,
yes.
42nd.
Maybe the Kings looking at it like that too, even at a spot like 4, 5, or 6.
Yeah, and I think objectively you can say that. But the thing is, the big issue going into last season was some of the contracts and the roster crunch, and they just were not able to do anything about that.
Well, a lot does hinge on this draft, though. I mean, I'm not really. I don't have a clear picture of how this thing's going to look until I see what that draft pick is going to look like.
Right.
Okay, I know it's, a couple months away. And then going forward with that, then I can say, okay, maybe they're, going in the right direction. And maybe they could speed it up a little bit. Maybe they could slow it down. I don't know, but I just want to see what type of pick that they're going, like you, Al. going forward to see exactly where they are right now.
Yeah.
Starting with the draft lottery, too.
And you and I have been around a little longer than Alan and Jay, but I can remember in the NBA there were times when you'd have like the first pick or a really high pick, but especially the first pick, you draft somebody and boom, you're transformed instantly. That didn't happen anymore. Like even Wemby. Now they're obviously flying high, but it took a while, even after they drafted Wemby. Cooper Flagg's phenomenal. Dallas wasn't very good this year. So just looking at next year, how much of a difference will one pick make? Next year, maybe not a lot in the first year. Obviously, you got to continue to build around it, but there was a time when those days are over when we got the first pick and now we're a contender.
I think that's
every pick up probably like 1 through 10 is like, oh, you good.
Yeah.
You're good in the NBA.
Yeah.
I don't know now,
Yeah.
Just like you mentioned, Whitey, how all play-ins, or I guess I mentioned all play-ins aren't created equal. I think we could probably discuss how being in the play-in conversation next season could be a good thing, depending on how it looks. So we can get into that on the other side.
All right, we'll do that next. Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
With Popeye's new $6 faves menu, you can get this 3-piece chicken, this 3-piece tenders, this chicken sandwich, or these 2 regular sides for just $6 a piece. I know you can't see what I see, but trust me, those bold Louisiana flavors look so good, you might just have to get them all. Now there's an idea.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Price may vary. Terms apply.
Growing your business? It's all about having the right team on the court. At Bank of Marin, we partner with businesses in the greater Sacramento area, delivering personalized service and local expertise to help you make a slam dunk. Whether it's customized lending or solutions to keep your business growing, you'll benefit from local decision making, expanding, acquiring additional assets, or building a lasting banking relationship. We're ready for tip-off. Bank of Marin, your local business bank. Visit us at bankofmarin.com. Member FDIC.
Despite speculation about a potential coaching change, the Sacramento Kings are bringing back head coach Doug Christie for another season. With promising young talent and an upcoming lottery pick, are the Kings primed for a bounce-back year in 2026?
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Your Toyota's been through a lot with you. Traffic, rain, potholes, you name it. But it keeps showing up mile after mile. So maybe it's time to give a little back. For a limited time at your local Toyota dealer, get 3 new tires and get the 4th for $1. Because a ride that's always there for you deserves to be taken care of. 3 tires, get the 4th for $1? Go on. Treat your Toyota. Deal ends April 30th. Keep your Toyota a Toyota. Restrictions apply. Toyota and Scion vehicles only. See participating Toyota dealers for details.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes! There's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app. Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
All the best to Tyrese Halliburton. Dealing with the facial shingles. Oh.
Doesn't sound great. Said he lost his eyebrows.
Yeah.
Gained weight in his face.
He is working out again.
Right. But he's still battling it, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just not recovering as quickly as he would like. I don't think it was shingles, but I ended up with chicken pox when I was in my early 30s, and it was bad, man. Yeah. I had cancer. Chicken pox at 30 was way worse than cancer. And I think shingles is basically chicken pox. So all the best to Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, I had a really mild case of shingles a couple of years back, but it was not my face, number one, and number two, just not anything like what Tyrese Halliburton seems to be going through.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just like, when something is just sensitive, hurt isn't the right word. It's just when something is sensitive.
Oh, yeah.
There's like blotches on your skin that's just very sensitive.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, it just is like, you just get goosebumps all the time from the sensitivity.
Yeah.
On the face is probably crazy.
Mm-hmm. I know you're sensitive to how the Hornets are doing tonight, Alan. They are trailing right now.
That's a 3.7.
5.5 left in the first half, and the Heat culture. Yeah.
Give me a
This would be just a very stirring and a statement win for Heat culture. They're up 41-39 over the upstart Hornets.
Give me a break.
I'm teasing.
Nobody wants to see the Heat, man. I
This is
forgot.
gonna be pretty interesting.
I was looking at the box score. I promise you, I haven't thought about Tyler Hero in probably 5 years. I forgot that man was in the league.
This is the first time I'm hearing about him all season.
As you say that, I am reminded of the
that.
Beam Team year after the Kings were eliminated by the Warriors in that series. The Ringer had their top 100 players. I think it was the Ringer. Everyone has their rankings. Kevin Huerter was ahead of Tyler Hero, and Tyler Hero went on social media. He did not like it.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a
You remember
time
that,
to be
Jay?
alive.
Took it personal. Huh?
Yeah.
What
He
a time to
did
be
not
alive.
like it.
Mm.
I think the Kings had about 4 guys in the top 100 at that point.
Even HB was on there.
I
Remember,
believe
like
so.
96.
Yeah.
They were hot.
Yeah, they were.
The brand, baby. That's the brand
What
right
was
there.
hotter, the Kings brand or the Giants brand?
That year, probably.
No,
the
I'm
Kings.
saying current status of the Giants brand or that year the Kings brand.
Ooh, now that's a good one. But I'm going to go with the black and orange. It's always the black and orange.
Like, that's how it is in Sac. It's lit.
They were the talk of the town, though. Because
They were talk of a lot of towns, which is that's the thing.
Because it's this thing, people, and it's kind of an overused term where they say, man, when enter team is good, that's good for basketball, right? And they do it with the Raiders a lot. When the Raiders are good, it's good for football. They do that a lot. It wasn't necessarily that with the Kings. It was a lot of, man, I'm happy for Kings fans. And it's bringing back the nostalgia of the 2000s. So a lot of people were on it.
Yeah.
There was the Sabonis hate train, sure. But besides that, it was, man, Kings are back. It feels like the 2000s, and this is awesome. And then you blinked, and we're here, Tone.
Yeah, we're
But that it's Sac.
Thank goodness we're here, not just this past season. It's just,
We're here now.
What was it you wanted to get into right before we took a break?
It's funny because we were listening to, we were talking about the clip from the morning show and Jay Ross saying, if you're 7-11, and it was more so about the vets, right? If you're 7-11 and you can't move off of these vets, that's a problem. And then we were also talking about, hey, if you make it to the play-in, it depends on how you got there matters, right? So it's funny because if you were to say, hey, the Kings are going to be in the play-in race next season, you'd probably say, oh, here we go again. But if you said the Kings are in the play-in race, but they moved on from DeMar, I don't know about Westbrook, but DeMar, Malik, and it was more of a younger group that got them there, you'd feel much differently.
You see progress. You see progress.
Thinking or saying out loud, hey, the Kings could be in the play-in next season, it really depends on how they get there. Because I don't know that they're going to be able to move on from Domas. But if it's Domas and a bunch of youngins and you're the 10 seed, no, you didn't get to tank again for that pick, but you'd say, man, they really built on what they were doing.
But when you have Cardwell, I understand what you're saying. I see your point. But when you have Cardwell and you have Maxim Reno, and if you have Domas, how can you do that?
They had 3 centers before, and they're running some of them together.
But all 3 of them not going to play.
No, not at the same time.
For the most part.
I know they.
You're going to have your backup to rest Domas.
Yeah.
If that's the case,
yeah,
somebody's not going to get a lot of court time.
We did see combos. You're
I'm
right, but still, those
y'all.
are centers.
I'm just saying, it's a tough contract, it seems like, and he didn't play. So I'm preparing everybody for Domas to return. So that's the one. The other ones, I think they can maybe find a way. That's just a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I'm just going about it that way. Maybe they're able to move off of him, and this whole conversation or that part of it is moot. Maybe.
Well, wouldn't they have to probably move Max to the the 4 to play a little bit.
He been hitting them threes.
He has. But
hitting them threes,
that would be an option, right?
Yeah. It would be tough to make the play-in given how many points you're likely to surrender if that's your front court.
Not with Caldwell in there.
Did I put that diplomatically?
Yes,
Tone?
but you got Cardwell.
Well, he can't play too much.
You
Max is the 3?
No. I'm saying, it's combinations. It's based on what you. And let's not forget, fellas. Whoa. You talk about spacing the floor. Domas 40% 3-point shooter last season.
That's right.
Come on, Tom.
Yeah, that is true.
I'm like 1.3 a game.
Hey, shoot or shoot, baby.
Yeah, but he doesn't shoot.
He shoot or shoot.
Dylan had the best percentage in that area last year.
He did not like to take that shot.
2 for 2.
You can just see it.
No,
he almost turns to the bench. Doug, do I have to?
Stop that.
Yes, you can make it.
No.
Really? I don't want. Okay.
Stop that.
You want a cast? Go hit the American River.
Come on.
I don't blame him, but you can just see for all the talk, he's going to be a stretch big. He doesn't want to do that.
No, he doesn't want to, but I'm telling you, if they can move on from, enter 2-3 vets, and they're in the they're in the play-in conversation, even if it's 10, and really the only vet that's giving them, a lot of. I would say Zach. I don't know what's going to happen with Zach, assuming he opts in. But
Tony doesn't think he's going to be around.
I hear you.
I really don't.
And that would make my conversation even easier, because then it would say, hey, we moved off of DeMar, we moved off of Zach. And, Malik is Malik. So we got the pizza guy. He's coming off the bench.
DeMar, if he moves on, good for him. But I don't feel like, there's a pressing need to move on from him. I think they probably will. But Domas is like, you got to do something about that. Max with not Max. I meant Zach, pardon me. With the big number, you got to figure out something there. DeMar, I don't feel like it's that big of a burden.
You're talking.
So if they move off of him, it doesn't address my problem.
I'm talking on the court. You're talking you're talking numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking in between the lines. DeMar at the beginning of the season, he ain't gonna be deferring DeMar. He gonna be in that office.
Who would he be deferring to?
You gotta find somebody. Nick Clifford, Darius Acuff.
Somebody got it. So yes.
Darius Acuff. So
Somebody
you're talking logistics. You're talking open the book. Mm-hmm. You're talking a calculator.
I am primarily, but I think on the court applies as well. Yeah, because like we're saying with Domas, and you're right. Or maybe you can play him with Max. We've talked about that if Max is a stretch big, but still, it's like there's a crunch there, financially and on the court, that I don't quite see with DeMar. I'm not saying DeMar's the key to the future. I'm just saying I'm not as concerned with moving on from him.
If you can get it done, get it done. But again, if you're giving up Domantas Sabonis for Frito chips because of possibly the best 42nd pick of all time and Dylan Cardwell, I think that I don't know how prudent that would be. That's all.
Might be opportunistic.
Not for Fritos.
Okay,
not even some chili cheese Fritos. Mm-hmm. Not for no Fritos. If it's a good deal, it's a good deal.
So are you just making the argument now, or do you really think Domas should be back?
I'm just not of the mindset that they're going to be able to move him, I guess, is
if
where I'm at.
If Toronto wanted him, I think there's a couple other teams out there wouldn't mind having his services too.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
We'll see when they...
He's coming off of a knee surgery.
And then, according to you, Whitey...
So trying to use my own words against
me. So now
me.
you got to trade for Domas. You got to trade Domas, and then you got to make sure you don't get a center back. But then you got to find a way to get $46 million, but you aren't able to trade back for a center because you need Dylan and Maxim to play 40 minutes a game.
That's right. Yes. Is that what?
I just think it's a lot of hopscotching. It's a lot of double dutching. It's not easy, Whitey.
I know it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy.
See, tone
they got some tough decisions coming up here these next few weeks too, as far as trying to sort all these things out too. And I really, at this point, I just don't think Domantas Sabonis will be here.
Ooh,
okay.
I'm not saying that,
What would you give?
I'm not trying to run him out of town or anything like
not.
that. Yeah, I'm not trying to run him out of town or anything like that. Just seeing what I was seeing with these younger players and things like that, that they they can expand.
Domas, on his exit interview, he practically said, thanks for everything.
No.
I know they're going to trade me.
Hey.
I like it here, but thank you.
You guys treating him like he approached it like your boy Jimmy Garoppolo. Thanks for everything. And then he was back in camp. Come on. Hey, thanks, guys, for everything. And then he was back in training camp. Give me a break, man.
Demonis Garofalo? Yeah. Okay. Stranger things have happened, I guess. We'll come back, wrap things up, and ask the question, who should Kings fans be rooting for this NBA postseason? Next, Sactown Sports.
Download the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento sports in your pocket. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Malik Monk plays here.
Started left, goes right, steps back, launches the three. Nothing but net. Oh, that was just filthy. Oh, my, that was sweet.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
It's no secret the world feels unpredictable lately. One thing will never change. Hoblet's mission to nuke high prices. Right now, and only at Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland, you can get 4.99% financing for up to 84 months on all new vehicles in stock and keep every factory rebate you qualify for when you finance with Hoblet's preferred lender. That's 4.99% financing and you keep all the factory rebates you qualify for. Not one or the other like other dealers are offering. Only Hoblet has fought to get you a deal this good. Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection, and now unbeatable interest rates. Nobody beats Hoblet. Period. 4.99% APR available on select new vehicles in stock while supplies last. Pricing and savings may vary by model and trim. Financing on approved credit through Hoblet Preferred Lending for well-qualified buyers. 60,000 max finance, approximately $14.14 per thousand finance. Residency restrictions and lender membership requirements may apply. See dealer for details.
Download the app and listen to The Drive Guys.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
Tony Ray Harvey's here. We'll try to keep Alan on point here for the rest of the show, but he's gripping a little bit here because that looks like a 6-4-3.
Boot it.
Save. You got him.
Challenge.
Yeah. Alan's Giants are trailing 2-1 here in the 8th inning. They got the leadoff man on, and then 6, 4, 3.
How are you
double
putting
play?
One run at Great American Small Park?
That's a good question.
That's bad. That's bad.
The left field down the line, it's 207 feet. It's very small.
It is small.
It's very small.
Here we
Power
go.
Alleys is 300 even.
Here we go. Game time, baby.
They didn't even challenge that? I did think that was close.
I wasn't on the replay.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Tony Ray Harvey is on his way to the A's game tonight.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll see a better contest tonight.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah. Let's get
that
you
eighth
started,
that eighth inning in that game last night was incredible. Stuff. But it really, with Severino, the way he started, giving up that banger, that 4-bagger to Burger, and then he did it again, in the second inning. Then things
Double
calmed
burger.
down for a little bit. Then they jumped all
Double
over Jack
burger with
Perkins.
cheese.
I like that guy. He is a power hitter, though.
Where did they get him?
He wasn't he in the
The Brewers?
Wasn't he in the National League?
Oh yeah. Because I didn't know where he popped up from. I'm like, man.
Because I'm telling you, that was a 1-2 combo with him. E.O. Valdi was doing, on the mound and stuff, man.
Yeah.
But that eighth inning that was a crusher. But let's see what they happens. They do tonight. They won their last 5 games. Before that, the A's that I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they can win this one here at Sutter Health Park tonight.
Berger was with the White Sox in Miami.
Mm.
Yeah, before joining the Rangers.
Tone, you were in the building last night, and the A's have been gone for a while since their opening series. It seemed like the energy was a little different last night than the opening series a little bit.
It actually was.
Yeah.
To me, it was. I mean, they have just under 7,000 people. It didn't look like it, but,
I think the box score had more, but I think you're more accurate.
Yeah, I could have sworn 6,741 or 341 or something like that. But it was definitely. I know, sitting in the press box area that I was, there was only a few of us.
Yeah.
Compared to what it was last year. I hope it's not anything like this, going forward. But I don't know, man. I don't know as far as what those attendance is going to look this year. I know it was kind of cool last night, but at the beginning of that game, it didn't. I was like,
it's a Monday night in April against Texas. It's not. You're not going to have.
And I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think the White Sox are going to be a big draw either.
I don't think so.
I doubt it.
I know you're a big White Sox fan.
No, I'm not a no White Sox.
You love the White Sox more than you love the Cubs.
I told you North Side, Cubs, brother. 1040 West Addison on mine.
Well, Cubs not doing too
but
well.
I do follow the White Sox. I'm not going to lie about that part, but I don't follow them like that, though.
Okay. All right.
The owner over there, well, y'all know who the owner. He owned the Bulls. Come on, man.
I heard you
His
have
family.
a split cap that is half White Sox and half Cubs.
You trying to put me in the same category as that King Warrior fan?
Yeah. But the Curry Murray?
You trying to get killed.
Yeah.
You trying to get killed. I have seen that, though, with Cubs, White Sox
really?
fan in Chicago. I have seen
I know that A's Giants had him, and I always made fun of him.
My mom was like, that person should be killed. I was like, because she's a Cub fan, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, I didn't think they had him in other markets.
They got him.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if they have Mets, Yankees. That might be where that's just too much.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that.
I want to say I saw Carmelo Anthony wear one once, but I'm not sure about that. I have to double check.
Mets, Yankees split hat?
I think maybe I did, but I'm not sure about that. I have to check on that.
That would be a meme if you did that.
Yeah.
I like to see it, though.
Yeah.
Probably
like
would.
to see it, though. But
Who should Kings fans be rooting for? Okay, the Kings aren't in the play-in. Kings aren't in the playoffs. So who do you hitch your wagon to? Who do you get behind?
I mean, NorCal, right? Got to unite.
Nope.
Northern California unite.
That's one team that is off the board.
I would assume so. I would assume that is not going to be one of the teams.
It's probably got to be somebody in the East. I mean, if you're thinking, all right, what's going to benefit the Kings the most? You don't want a team from your conference going all the way, do you?
Why does it matter? Not that you would root for them, but what does it matter?
You just don't want to see that.
I'm looking here. I
mean, we know there's a number of teams we can eliminate.
Yeah. Well, I know who Dave is rooting for because as long as I've been out here, it's more of the Detroit Lions, but you've heard his, I love Lions because their fans are just like Kings fans.
Yeah.
That's his bit. So I'm sure Dave is rooting for the Pistons. I'm fairly sure that he's rooting for the Pistons.
That's where I'm going.
Okay.
That might be the
Give
answer.
me Pistons.
How about Keon Ellis and Herr Schroeder and the Cavaliers?
Take that.
I'd like to see. I like Donovan Mitchell. I like Spida. I haven't known what to do with him as far as is he top 15? I don't know, but I'd like to see the Cavs. I'm good with the Cavs.
I'm just going to stick with Detroit on that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about the Knicks or the Spurs?
I'm in with Mike Brown. I'm in with the Knicks.
I kind of am too.
I'm not in with the Spurs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Kind of.
So, were you rooting for Mike Brown or you rooting for oh, hell no.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Mike.
I'm not going for New York.
Yeah, nothing New York.
Like if it was Celtics, but I don't. Before Mike Brown got out there, I did a whole bit on how the Knicks annoy me. Brunson, he went to Villanova, can't stand that.
They all went to Villanova.
Yeah, Josh Hart, I can't stand
Villanova.
Hey, Tibbs, come on our podcast. Hey, why Brunson's head so big? That's a whole podcast.
You watched it?
No, but that's all they talk about. But now that Mike Brown's there, like if it was Celtics, Knicks, I'd really struggle.
I'll tell you a good team for Kings fans to pull for, in my opinion, because Elston Turner is there, and I think they have another assistant from the Kings, former, is it Micah Norrie? Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah. Well, actually, Minnesota and Denver is the two teams that I'm looking out here in West.
Mm-hmm.
To tell you the truth, the Spurs is way behind. That'd be third, but Minnesota and Denver.
Mm-hmm.
I like to see David Adelman.
Yeah,
since he has some connection here, ties here to Sacramento. Mm-hmm. Do really good with that squad, which he has.
Definitely, yeah.
Well, hey, based on that spicy day we had, Whitey, after the was it before or after the Kings played the Spurs? When I went to the game and saw all the Spurs jerseys, I'm sure that you don't got to worry about split Warriors-Kings jerseys. There are probably some split Kings-Spurs jerseys out there. I'm sure there are a lot of Kings fans pulling for De'Aaron.
I promise you, I saw a Fox San Antonio Spurs at that last time that they played here.
See?
Yes,
so I think a lot of fans, they either can't stand De'Aaron Fox or they will be rooting for the Spurs.
Well, and it's not even De'Aaron Fox, take him out of it. It would just obviously be another glaring example of what a mistake that was for the Kings if you trade them De'Aaron Fox and they go and win a championship, right?
Yeah, don't get
It's
me
always
started.
going to be
It's
glaring.
too late in the show.
It's always going to be a glaring.
Yeah, it's too late in the show for me to.
I mean, so even I could see how if you're a Kings fan, you just don't want that hanging over you. Even though it's not your fault, but you would root against the Spurs because you don't want to have to deal with that. And that has nothing to do with De'Aaron Fox personally.
Yeah, don't
What?
get me started on
What? I don't understand. What's your issue?
I've been over this. A 2 is not a 1, and a 1 is not a 2.
I know, but you traded him away.
Well,
and he wins a championship while you're sitting there going,
I got the Pistons.
Oh, we can't decide what to do with Domas.
You know what? Ain't Red Velvet on the Pistons somewhere on that bench?
Yes, he is.
Go get a ring, Red Velvet. Go get you a ring, Kevin Huerter. That's who I'm going for.
Kevin Huerter.
That's right. I wouldn't mind Harrison Barnes, one more ring for him. One more ring for the governor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
He
good
has
with
my
that.
support.
If he can get
Harrison
one.
got my support.
Yeah.
It happens. Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Is there one former King you root for more than any other former King still playing?
If we took De'Aaron out of it, right, I think
Why do you have to?
Well, because everybody's going to say De'Aaron.
No, I would say Davion Mitchell.
I was going to say Davion, but they're not doing nothing. I mean, come on.
With that culture, you
No,
can't.
that culture.
You can't sleep on them, Alan.
I'm slumbering. I got some Z-Quil. I'm not. The Heat, all they do is annoy me, to be honest. They kind of annoy me. They do. They're just there to do nothing. Like, don't waste my time. They're the reason. Like nobody is watching the playoffs for the Heat.
I saw a report today that Pat Riley's looking at bringing in a
I saw that.
superstar.
Can I interest you in a future
Giannis?
Hall of Famer? DeMar DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan.
Sure.
DeMar DeRozan.
They look, a little birdie.
Oh,
There's somebody. No. This goes back. This goes back. Now, what is a superstar? What is a superstar?
Goodness. Jay, what was that? A little birdie. This
I'm
is
not
going
sure.
back. What is a superstar?
Because I remembered I don't think I can divulge. Like Jay. There's certain things.
Yeah, can't say it.
I almost got caught
Can't
up.
do it.
Never know the source. Hold on, my phone. Hold on, I need two phones.
We having too many mental breakdowns.
Well, skate around it. What in general were you?
Yeah, okay.
Going to say that there was.
There was some interest. Miami Heat had some interest in somebody. I can't remember if it was before the Norman Powell deal, and they had interest in somebody that plays in Sacramento. They do, and it was in DeMar.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I can say.
Yeah.
From what I was informed.
What's that little birdie that you see when you go to the ocean? Some of them they're flying around.
Not the seagull.
Pelican?
Not a pelican. Smaller
Pelicans.
than that.
I know.
Pelicans
What's
can't
that?
fly.
A seagull?
Seagull.
Right, seagull. Yeah,
okay.
Pelicans can't fly.
What's that
Yeah.
for?
Hey, I was like,
This summer, you wait. Off-season, Allen. Allen's intel is hot, Tone.
Okay.
They're not ready. I know
like
why
to hear
he
some
thinks he's
insider-
ready. He's not ready.
I like to hear some inside
some
action
sources,
coming
brother?
from-
We working. That's why I can't divulge
Okay.
right now.
Yeah, you haven't divulged in a while. I was wondering what happened to your sources.
We chilling.
You got run out of town or something?
I'm not doing the draft thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The
yeah. I do.
Not me.
Okay.
Not me. I'm waiting for the ping pong balls, Tone. That's what I'm waiting for.
Oh, thanks for coming in. Yeah, have fun
Been a
at the
pleasure,
game.
gentlemen.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Alan, you back at it tomorrow?
I can't wait.
Yeah. Stick around. We got more Sports Talk. Westwood won. Sports Talk is next on Sactown Sports. Yeah.